Before we start the show, I just want to say, I want to give my deepest sympathies to the overworked, underpaid, stressed out,
Newport smoking,
mad ass employees of Popeye's Chicken.
Shout out to y'all.
round of applause, man.
This last month has been something you have not signed up for.
They're getting that overtime, though.
We have seen the pain in y'all eyes when we come in there.
And the anger.
And you ain't even got to ask us what we want.
As soon as you open up the door, we out of chicken sandwiches.
You'd have been charged up, assaulted, cursed out.
It's gonna be 20 minutes on that 15 piece too.
You ain't bullshit. Fries full of chicken fillet.
We just want to say, we hear you and we feel you.
We feel you, man.
We sorry.
Shout out.
I participated. And now we out. But I just wanted to give y'all that shout out. Back to the bullshit. This is Unspoken Conversation.
What up with it?
What up?
Episode 53. Bring us in, Spider.
Ooh.
Everything litty, I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke out the notch. Got some more millions that keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and it don't false. We call him Chaucer. We got it on lock. Cardiac eye. I'm the boss man in a suit with no tie. I can't be sober, I gotta stay.
Yo.
Put me some syrup in the cup.
Yo.
Was that in there?
Unspoken Conversation. Like I said, this is episode 53. This your boy Antoine the Source.
D-boy fresh to charming asshole.
What up? This knowledge, man. It's been a minute.
What up? It's your boy Flam.
We got a special guest in the building. Let the
DJ
people know who it
Shell
is.
Shock is here. DJ Shell Shock is here.
They on the building.
Already, we
You
breathe
know, they all
down,
come
not
in here
cold.
and rep every, damn near, pretty much every month at least at this point.
Yeah.
We're going to have
Now let's
somebody
keep us
from-
an AR guest. Shout out to the AR.
Hey, but,
We done did two in a row.
but this extended family right
Yeah,
here.
yeah, no doubt, no
we
doubt, no doubt.
You know, I just let y'all know, one of the hottest DJs in the city.
Yep. Hey, from the AR, I'm one of the hottest DJs in Dallas. So, where you ranking the AR? Number one?
I don't even put a rank on myself.
Hey,
He come on his own.
We got different categories.
This spinning season though, so it's gonna be determined by in the what December is gonna be determined.
Your schedule tells it out.
I really say
You
it's
ain't
the
lying.
summertime though. The summertime really tell it all. That's when you solidify all your gigs. Think about it. You got day parties going on. You got night parties. All the teachers out of school. You got weekend brunches. You got everything going on. Think about it. Look what's going on right now. All the DJs. They locking in all their gigs. You see them locking in all their spots right now
Well, you,
for the year.
you make that shit sound like dope money.
Right.
I'm about to go and try to learn how to spin. You know what I'm saying?
It's too late for you.
It's serious.
Hey man, I can lock down them linen parties, man.
Them linen
Cause I'll
parties.
be in perfected this
He
shit
gonna-
by 40.
He gonna play Frankie
Hey,
Beverly and
I'll be
Maze.
that cool ass DJ getting up all the
Isley
cool.
Brothers and Frankie
I'm getting old, nigga. I'm going to stick to the private part. At this point, I'm going to stick to the private again. And they pay better shit.
Man. Yeah, man, we in the building, man. We out here finally. You know what I'm
Everybody
saying?
can.
Most of us was on time. That's what's up.
Mo,
Man, we always on time. I ain't like, look, bro, y'all got here really. We was here at 7:39. That was on time. I was shocked.
yeah, we
It was still light outside.
No time today.
It
Pretty
was still
much.
light outside.
But yeah, we growing up.
I guess 'cause
in
it's
this
Thursday.
podcast world, we finally getting on one accord.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
Because
right.
I know my ass was stayed late. I done slept through episodes.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nigga had to turn around and go back home when you pull
hey,
up to the studio.
I was really on my Eddie Kane.
Do they edit you in?
You know, I just popped up. You know?
He was on the David Ruffin. You remember when they already started performing?
I just popped up and started interviewing. What's up,
Yeah,
man?
yeah,
So,
he popped in like 30 minutes late. Yeah, came in.
Like Charlamagne.
Yeah.
I know Charlamagne come in late. He just jump in like he been there.
Right. You gotta.
That's how you gotta do. That's how I do it work.
You gotta make it a synchronized integration.
Just insert yourself in the conversation.
I've been here.
Hey, but yeah, man.
So,
DJ Shell Shock, man, tell us a little bit about where you from, where you hail from, and in Arkansas, where and how long you been out here in Dallas. Put us on, man.
All right, just a little bit about myself. I'm from Arkansas originally. Went to the University of Arkansas, Pine Bluff, Golden Lions. Man, I done been everywhere. I done lived in St. Louis,
Okay.
Cali, upstate New York, Houston. It's my 3rd time in Dallas.
That's what's up.
For real?
Yeah, it's
Wow.
my 3rd time. So, like, my first job was a traveling engineer. Like, I was traveling all over. So that's why I was moving a lot.
Yeah.
And then finally, man, after I was in Cali so long, I was like, hey, it's time to get back to it. I got to get back close to the crib. Like, I can bother my folks. They
Right.
can bother me. Because they pulling up this weekend
Okay.
to see us get our ass whooped. I'm mad about
He said
it.
earlier,
Man,
we're going to lose.
Hey, but
lose.
you know that
I'm gonna put it in the
season,
atmosphere.
baby.
So, look, I'm going to have
But-
my Golden Line shirt on. We're going to be
But
cool.
I think this weekend is gonna justify everybody. Like, man, we need a classic in Dallas because it's so many people here.
They really don't even do classics like that no more.
Yeah, Houston just got one, but the thing is, that don't really make a big wave in the city like that when it's
Well,
there. 'Cause
I know
it's
they
so
got that
big.
Gremlin.
You gotta
area.
think.
Yeah, the only classic
yeah,
here
yeah,
is a State
the
Farm
State-
classic.
yeah.
That's
They
it.
have that classic, but I think it can be rotated because I think we have a better core audience here. Like we
do.
Like, for example,
We
if,
got
you
a
did
bigger
if you
crowd,
did if you did a TSU Arkansas Pine Bluff in Dallas, it'll be retarded.
Now, that'd be a
it'll
good
be
game.
retarded. Like, it'll be stupid.
No
We don't know.
shade.
We ain't going to know who going to win to the very end.
It's going to be 9-6.
How's this go 1-2?
Shit, 9-6.
Hey, only person
Double
that's gonna
overtime.
be into it is Flim. He gonna be up there like,
Hey,
damn, if the
that's
kicker
what I
would have
love
kicked the
about
ball.
Black
Hell
College.
yeah.
That's what I
Hey.
love about
I got
HBCU
100
football,
on it.
man. Chicks come up there in red bottoms. Niggas come up there. They
It's a
fine.
fashion show.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
really like
What?
a fashion show.
Nobody come to watch the football game.
Hey,
Hey, you remember we had that hill?
if somebody
We
break
used to
you,
stand on
know,
the
like,
hill.
oh, go.
But they,
Man,
you know,
what
they're going to hear
game?
the crowd. Then they turn around and be
Hey,
like,
you
yo,
spinning at the
who was
tailgate?
Nah, man, they ain't hired me this
Tailgate,
time.
that's where it be at.
I'm going to go over there and get some food, but I ain't
Yeah.
Man,
But the State Farm
you know how
Classic
many
tailgates used to be dangerous.
UAPB games I went to before I actually went inside?
Man, I ain't never. Hey, Chef, I've never
Tailgate
went
is the
inside
shit.
of the stadium. I always homecoming. I'm over there.
We gotta talk about that. That brings up a good point, man. Like,
Tailgate is
I
where the
go to-
party is.
I go to homecoming at PV every year, and I've probably went to the game once. You know what I'm saying?
You might give a fuck about that game. You might go see the band at
So,
halftime.
but the reason I
went
say
in.
this,
I went in the game.
he looking like y'all don't go in.
I just stopped going in like 3 years ago and was like, it's so much fun out here.
Exactly.
Like, what is all
And it's
this?
cheaper. And it's liquor.
It's free.
Hey, now if somebody
blunt.
comes and say, hey, I know somebody.
smell weed.
You know, the last time I went in, because you know PV got the new stadium, I went in because somebody had my uncle knew somebody, so they took us up to the box. You know, they had free food up there. You know what I'm saying? But I was back outside in the next 45 minutes because I knew it was lit out here. You know,
The cafeteria be
Hey,
cooking that food. It ain't that good.
No, so I just needed to get some on my stomach. I didn't smoke and drink all that.
You want to
You
keep
know
the
what I'm
party
saying?
going.
Like, and I was
He in there
waiting.
high with all the executives.
Oh, he don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Hey, they don't know. Hey, it's homecoming. Hey, they understand.
Once a year.
Hey, I just ended up here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was like, you ready to go, man? I go in there, man. What's up?
Man,
And so it's like the thing about it is like, because people be like, man, why the damn athletes don't like to go to HBCUs? Because them niggas is like,
They
the
trying to go to
opening
the league.
Yes,
they the opening
exactly.
act. Like, nigga, you really the opening act for halftime if you play football, bro. Like, am
Really,
I
you
wrong
are,
or am I
yeah.
right?
yeah,
Like,
Because in the first quarter, ain't nobody in the
ain't
audience.
nobody even really paying attention
Nobody
to the game.
looking.
They
but
just wait for
only
the
people in the
band.
audience is parents.
They just
First
wait for
quarter,
the
parents and family.
I don't think they understand that. Like,
Second quarter, they
and to be
start
honest-
filling up a little bit for the halftime.
And to be honest, man, if all A1 black athletes just all of a sudden go to HBCU, do you know how many bitches they have pregnant?
why you?
Where that goes?
Damn.
I mean, how we get?
They said it so aggressively too.
Like,
I thought you was gonna say they was gonna have great teams or something.
they get bitches pregnant at Ohio
Them
State.
niggas gonna be fucked up.
Hey,
he
they
worse.
get bitches pregnant at
Bunch of
Michigan.
good ass niggas
Bro,
on
you
a
gotta
bad team.
understand. No, but you gotta
Coaching
think.
horrible.
Niggas gonna be out there hungover trying to.
Marcus, I don't think you realize a lot of them big schools have more black
They
chicks
have the
there than the
worst.
HBCU.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And they
I like-
UT
so I'm-
got
And they get it
52,000
on
students.
way
So
worse.
how many black chicks you think go
But
to
the
UT?
thing is, when you go to them big schools, like I went to a white school, the black people kind of like it's like you. It's like you have that core.
Y'all have your
But,
own.
yeah, but when you at a HBCU and you just running through the whole school,
It's the same
Well,
thing though.
it is the same thing when I think about UT. Like when I actually learned about UT, like it's probably 1,800, 20, you know, that many black people. So that's how many. I didn't know that. That's how many black people at UAPB.
Yeah, that's
About
so
2,000 kids.
y'all have kickbacks
They got a white
together?
school. They got a black school and a white school.
Exactly.
Right.
OU like that. Like
They like, hello, what up,
when
my
y'all
nigga?
kick it together, y'all have kickbacks together. Like everything that you would do at a black school, you would do at the white school in that small community. But it's the same amount. It's
better drugs.
3,000 people.
Yeah, they drugs a lot.
Like,
Way better.
and you got both worlds. So I say all that to say, I think the HBCU, the thing about it is you get like it's a fabric about it that you can't replace. You know what I'm saying? Like you got different kind of memories when you go there because you got somebody like a faculty member that showed you love or then saved your ass a couple times.
Yeah,
you know
but just because you black don't mean you can go to an HBCU.
Exactly. Everybody don't fit in.
I totally agree there because I didn't.
Yeah, y'all got to elaborate on that one.
I agree. And,
My
and
little brother
personally-
wouldn't make it.
Why not? Why don't
You
they-
gotta be quick thinking when you go to HBCU, bro. Like,
And
'cause you
then I
got niggas from
realized,
everywhere.
even going to HBCU,
get that.
it's still niche crowds that you need to be a part of to make your experience a lot better.
Right.
I wasn't part of that. Like it was like me repeating high school.
So it's cliques in HBCU.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like
Yeah.
you know, like you had people like I found out later that they could have went to any other school, but their parents paid so much in the endowment, it was just free. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
It was, you know, or you had parents that really already prepared, like, hey, you gonna go to this school because I already done this, so you already good.
It's a lot of
And
legacies.
Me going there, it was just like I couldn't find my way in to where like to get my design thinking out. Like it was like it took me 2 years. I met Flim, and then me and
So
me,
you
Flim,
didn't
and I
find
homeboys.
yourself on the yard?
Nah, I was lost. I was like, it wasn't
Whole
like
4 years?
you gotta look. It was like that
So
dead area. So when y'all came, then
But
that's
when you pledged, I mean,
man, that shit was dead.
So did y'all go to school together at the same time?
Nah,
he
he was
a tad bit.
yeah.
lot of
You
bit
came
older
in
than
with
me.
06.
Okay.
You came in with 07.
05.
Yep, I was leaving. I
You
was
came in
Yeah,
and over.
I came in.
Oh, yeah, you in my
Yeah.
grade.
I'm the oldest nigga in this motherfucker.
Yeah,
05.
yeah. But no, it was man. The thing is, I do like. Nah, man. I don't know, man. It just. It just wasn't that experience. And granted, I talk about my wife. She loved the HBCU. She went to a white school in high school, so she like everything about it. But to me, it was just like, man, it's just the same people I saw when I was riding around this motherfucker in '99 and 2000. Like it was.
It was. During that era,
I
it
mean,
was,
but
though.
you didn't
Because
leave
But
your
see,
state,
that's
though.
the thing about what you saying. You didn't even leave your city.
Yeah.
Like
I didn't-
Oh yeah, you didn't leave your city, so you ain't really have
yeah,
the truth.
I experienced the same
I
thing
moved
when
from
I went to UAPB because a lot of people from my high school went to UAPB. So I was at a different college for 2 years, and then I just showed up on campus and like
Pulled up on that bitch.
and niggas was like, all right, first day, niggas like, get in the car, smoke a blunt. And and I never had to really make friends when I was down there because I knew about 50 people who had been down there, and all these people knew my brother and stuff. As opposed to when I went to University of Arkansas, I got up there and my daddy was like, you got all your stuff? I was like, yeah, I got it. And he just left, right? so then like a few minutes later, he came knock back on the door. I was like, oh, he was just bullshit. He gonna help me out. He was like, man, let me borrow that Brian McKnight CD.
Nigga said, let me borrow.
And he left.
When you gonna get it back?
And
Thanksgiving.
that was I ain't know
Like he lived
nobody
down the
else.
street.
You know?
Hey, so he just left you.
Yeah.
Yeah, nigga said, let me borrow it.
Yeah.
Like, I get it back Thanksgiving.
So then you gotta find your
much.
whole new like all your new clique and every people you gonna hang out with every day. So you gotta branch out. So you gonna get a different experience as opposed to when you know everybody in the school already.
My
Like, at least you
experience was
know
so
people.
weird.
Like
When I go like.
But you
when
went
I
up
left
top
West-
first, didn't you?
So I'm gonna go from when I left West Point, because at West Point,
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm
black
saying. That's
people
way
was
up in
like
New York, up
this,
top.
like, because you were so stressful with so much shit going on, like y'all clinging to each other. Like my closest friends was the dudes I went to West Point with, because I feel like we went through some shit together, some stressful ass nights. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but when I ended up going from the academy to Louisiana Tech, and Louisiana Tech is an exit from Grambling, so it's like, boom, black college, white college, cool ass,
Best
like
of both
laid back
worlds.
state. Like I went and got my hair cut in Grambling, my weed man was in Grambling.
Nigga had
But when you got tired of this shit, you can go home though.
Bro, it's literally like 5-minute drive. Like, it's like, it's so that's what made it dope. But I said, like, I was like a fish to water when I got there, like, because I was actually going there to play ball, so I integrated with some of them. But I met some dudes in Shreveport, my homeboys, Jeremy, shout out to them niggas at Cortez. They ended up being promoters. That's the worst thing you can meet when you trying to get your life together. Is promoters. Like, especially in college.
No
like,
line.
What's up, bro? You coming to the party?
Hey,
nah,
nigga,
just come to the front.
Come to the front. You good. Nigga, you already on the list.
Nigga, then when you like really hanging out, like you realize their life is one big party, and you like, fuck it, I just skip school today.
Yeah.
That's how it started to a week.
Yeah, that's how I start one day.
So I blew a whole 2 semesters, like 2 quarters before I got my life together.
You lasted?
Party.
No, 2 quarters.
Oh.
Damn. Oh.
I know what I'm saying is I blew 2 quarters.
How?
Party.
Just partying, because, you know, we was on quarters at La Tech. Like, just partying. Like, I was in Shreveport. Like, I'm out here. I was making a little money off it. I had started putting money in on them parties and making a little bread.
Like Club Voodoo?
It wasn't clubs. So, in Shreveport, if you under 21, it's nothing to do.
And Shreveport is a different kind of crowd.
But they got a lot of, like, they got, like, a bunch of, like, little colleges. They got, like, LSUS.
Yeah.
They got, like, Bibsy. You got La Tech 40, 35 minutes away. You got all these little pockets of little schools. And so people would just, if you got a 21, 18 and up party, like, that shit gonna sell out. Like, we was so disrespectful. We charging 40 at the door just because we know niggas are paid. Because you just, like, it's a party every month. It ain't like this an every week thing. So niggas like, I got to get in there.
Y'all have
See,
some money.
that's what
Nigga, like, I ain't robbing you if you wanted to
So
pay
what
this
the fuck
40
I'm trying to
shit.
rush back to school for?
I ain't even paying 40
Like,
at
this-
homecoming.
See,
Man,
that's
we
why
was
you
I ain't
can't.
paying
gotta
40 to
think,
get this shit.
When you know you can't, when you know you're not gonna replicate a place where it's 1,500 people in one place in your age range jamming, you like, I gotta get in there because I don't want people being like, man, that shit was so lit. So it's like, man,
I just
we
did the
almost.
parking lot, my nigga.
Yeah, because 18 and up ain't no bar.
FOMO is real, bro.
It wasn't no
FOMO is
bar.
real, dog. Why you
What
think
was it,
people pay so
BYOB?
much for sections?
Yeah, it's true though. It's true.
It's FOMO.
I think
it's like
they just pay for the life.
I pay for sex so I can
That's what
sit
I'm
the fuck
saying.
down.
It's just a
like
sparkle.
you, if you know, like if I'm in Vegas,
I hate
think
that
of it like
shit.
this.
That too.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Think of you in Vegas.
Yeah.
Just bring me my shit. Just
Bring me my box. Because I don't like attention.
Hand that shit to me.
Yeah, I don't like attention.
I thought I was the only
Nigga-
one. Like, just put it right here.
No. Put
Yeah,
it
like,
down.
cause I don't want them niggas knowing like
Most of the
that's
time,
that
I
nigga
disappear.
third bottle, so
I
I
walk
know
off.
he done spent about 24.
And he drunk.
So I know he got a little change on him.
And
Yeah, I'm gonna get that nigga.
Somebody gonna bust you over your damn head.
Niggas be on that shit
Nigga
for
sitting in the
clout,
coda clocking. Okay,
Don't let refund come out. They know. They watching.
like for real. But yeah, man, I I wanted to talk about. It's been a lot going on in the culture this week, man.
Yeah, man.
A lot of stuff. Going
Where we
on,
gonna
man.
start? You know what I want to touch on.
I know what you want to touch on. We're gonna get to that because we got to delve into that one. But
I feel some kind of way.
you know, first off, you know, we started off with with the Popeyes phenomenon, but I feel like
Shout out to. Hey, hold on. I did want to say Popeyes. Quick note: if y'all gonna have a line like that, y'all better step y'all shit up and be like Chick-fil-A and had them attendants out there with the
I
shit
saw
on their
that
belt.
one. I saw that one. He had
Chick-fil-A
a yellow,
shit be-
He had a yellow pad.
Yeah.
Yeah, yellow
You know Chick-fil-A got.
He had a pad.
You gotta start somewhere.
Chick-fil-A got the. Cause they know what you knew what they was there for.
Come on now.
So they really a
He had a
complicated.
notepad now.
They was doing some. They was doing like one per car.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
saw that.
how the fuck?
they was limiting the chicken
Yeah,
sandwich.
Yeah, one
bro.
per car. I saw that.
Come on.
That's all that
Yeah,
bullshit.
bro. Like,
I don't wait in line for an hour. And it's
there's
me and
three
my
niggas
girl.
in there.
Who the fuck
And
waiting in
it's me
line?
and my girl. Who gonna get the
That
sandwich?
bitch like,
Hey, bro, who the fuck waiting in line for an hour for a chicken sandwich?
For
You need to-
one
you
chicken
need to
sandwich.
adjust yourself
I did
at
not do that
point.
shit, but it was places that people did.
Yeah.
I
ain't
done
been-
seen niggas do that shit. You smoking and shit.
But
like, bro, I gotta try.
I wonder
that
how
shit.
many
You
Uber
see-
Eats-
You watching that
but-
shit on the commercial.
But think
Like,
about
"Don't
this.
try
You
that
ain't
shit."
seen nobody complain about the taste.
No.
That motherfucker good.
I wonder
It's
who.
di- it's
Everybody that I know
Chick-fil-A.
tasted said it's good. as
It's
shit.
different than
Chick-fil-A
Chick-fil-A.
is good, but-
that's a different good.
But
It's like a black
Popeyes got
good.
that like.
It's like
I
your
feel
mama
like
made
this
it in the
shit,
kitchen.
Like it's a fat lady with big turkey arm.
Yeah.
Back there.
With the
I got
shit. Okay, so this
wow.
is my question. Is the seasoning and the breading like the chicken? Does it taste like they
No,
actual?
they see.
Nah,
The
it's
seasoning
a
is
little-
different?
It's a little different.
Because I love Popeye's
It's so-
seasoning. I love their chicken.
It's such a smoothness to the
Like-
taste.
Yeah.
It's like something you ain't never
Nigga,
had
make
your
my nipples
motherfucking
hard.
life.
No,
my
the
nigga.
thing is, it's the bread.
getting excited,
bro.
nigga.
You gotta
It's like,
experience
it's the
it.
bread.
It's the bread.
It's the bread, bro.
And that sauce.
Oh,
Then
and
they
see,
got-
bread is key.
But it's a detail. It's all about the details. Shout out to Mark Ingram. Check out the details. It's a pickle, a dill pickle. But the thing is like Chick-fil-A, theirs is bitter. Like it's not real. It's not a deal.
They done fell off on their pickles.
So you know what I'm saying?
It's got,
so
okay,
that
they got the
bitter
deal.
pickle,
Oh, okay.
And at Popeyes, they got that deal. That one where
It's like the pickle that
shit was an accident.
It's like the pickles that Henderson's give you.
Yeah, like
It's like the pickles that Henderson's give you.
Yeah, like
okay.
You really ain't gonna eat them, but it's on there. So
it's like
Fuck it.
like,
I ain't gonna
damn,
take it off.
no.
worse.
So these and it's just go with the bread.
I'm gonna get one tomorrow.
They sold out.
They sold out
Everywhere.
everywhere in the
Bro,
United States.
we got
they put it on their Instagram.
It was
like,
promoted. Shout out to Molo in the H-Town. She did first 500 people get a
free chicken.
chicken
sandwich?
free chicken sandwich.
That motherfucker was cold.
What
by the
are they,
time
like,
you got it.
$2?
Oh no, they got
They gotta be hot.
AOD.
They
got
steadily
them
putting them motherfuckers out of
insulated
grease.
warmers, like they fold, they insulated warmers.
And then you just keep them under like a little thing. Cause my brother them spot they give out Chick-fil-A sandwiches on Wednesday nights.
Man, I don't fuck with Chick-fil-A, man. Fuck
They
Chick-fil-A.
go smart.
That's why I'm saying them niggas got to get Popeyes.
Yeah.
But now but I say all that to say. I feel like the most amazing thing about the Popeye situation is the power of social media. We always talk about that.
Yeah.
Cause it's been out since April. Like this ain't nothing
And I
new.
didn't know that shit. I thought this shit just
It's
dropped
just
like 2 weeks ago.
No, and I had a couple on the low. And I guess I thought everybody had figured
And
it
you
out.
was like, shit.
that should tell you the power.
Have you
of
been back to
influence.
Chick-fil-A since?
Yeah, that's the thing.
If it's close.
Chick-fil-A the
if
shit.
it's
I ain't
close,
gonna front.
I was kind of mad when everybody figured it out because then
need
that shit diluted the situation.
Man, Chick-fil-A support the police too much, so I can't fuck with them.
Man,
I didn't know that.
bro. I don't eat with bias.
I will, hey, shit.
Call me Uncle Tom or whatever you want to, nigga. If you're good, nigga,
You good.
I'll flip you off while I drive off. Like, nigga.
Man.
Fuck you and your good ass chicken.
Fuck you and these good ass waffle fries. They fresh
Hey
too.
man, you
Fuck,
know
what
what we
type
talk?
of motherfucker stay open?
Cause them waffle fries, them
close on
motherfuckers
Sunday.
is like hair on.
Hey, we getting ridiculous on
Nigga,
the
them waffle
food
fries is
because-
when they fresh.
Say that, well, hold
Cause
up.
now we got the impossible shit that's coming out, and now you know back in the day they used to say the McDonald's burgers was the soybean
Bro, they
burgers
making
anyway.
that, they making that shit in the same
Man, I
goddamn.
had one, so I had a double Whopper with cheese and hey, I got old. I said,
Talking
let me
about
get
the
the
Impossible
impossible.
Whopper.
I said, let me get an
But if they-
Nigga, that's going through the same
What it
grill
taste
as
like?
that beef.
But I'm
going
saying though,
through.
What it
it's
tastes
probably
like?
drenched in burger
Man,
grease
that
though.
shit
Yeah.
is.
I ain't
dry.
ate Burger
It's just
King in
like
probably
you remember
20 years.
remember back in the day they used to say the McDonald's burgers was made out of soybean burgers,
Yeah.
like soy. It's the same shit. It's like it's just a dry ass.
McDonald's probably mad as shit about that. Like these motherfuckers done took our shit. Bring the soybean back.
They shit, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie though.
I mean, I do
man.
get a Big Mac craving
You
like
should-
every
Ain't
2
gonna lie.
years.
No, I
fuck
had
with the
one like
double
I had
cheeseburger.
one on my drunken nights like every 2
When I got a
months.
shit,
And you wake up and take a violent
go
shit.
to McDonald's.
Come
Yeah,
on,
you gonna
bro.
take a violent shit.
Nah, Taco Bell.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
I haven't had
Bell.
Taco Bell in about 8 years, bro.
It will fuck your stomach.
Taco
up.
Bell is you gonna take the shit like Dre did in the wash. Taco Bell, it's gonna be
Yeah,
painful.
it's gonna be like when you put them clothes in the wash machine on one side, your stomach gonna be like,
Boom, 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 boom.
That motherfucker be sounding like the dry when you try to dry some shoes.
Some shoes.
yeah, yeah,
This nigga, your mama had to be gone though. Nigga, my mama called me dry shoes. That's a whole other story. She dead to kill me.
Man, dog. And so I don't know, man. I just feel like it's been a weird, like time as far as like what's been hot, like the stuff that's caught. It feels like a lot, and then it's also I feel like it's a lot of like throwback stuff that ain't got hot again. Like they coming out with all the old shows, like Proud Family. They going,
Everything.
it's like it's no creativity because
Boondocks
it's like
coming back, right?
Boondocks coming back. It's like
Yeah.
I ain't saying I ain't a complaining, but it's more like it's like it's
better
it's a
ran out of
bad-
creativity,
Nah,
like you said.
nope.
I,
No,
I
no, no,
watched
no,
the
no.
show. Y'all seen Southside? Nah, that shit.
Bruh, Southside
I
is
just started watching
hilarious.
that.
funny.
Never
as
seen
fuck,
that.
bro.
That shit, it's like,
I'm
it's
so
al-
mad
it's
for
like
not
a,
watching
It's
it.
almost like it's a comedy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
What
a
come on?
comedy.
I've never heard of it.
It's on Comedy Central.
Bruh.
I saw the preview, but I forgot
That shit's
to
funny
watch
as
it.
fuck,
Bro, for 15, it's only what 15,
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Yeah, well, I watched all 6 episodes last
Bruh.
night.
What you was
telling me about it,
That
come
shit's
on,
funny
watch
as fuck. Yeah, that
Yeah, I
shit's
mean,
good.
I totally agree. Like, it's a lot of stuff that just it's like getting recycled, and it's like nobody's trying to break the cycle on being creative no more. Even and I even go back to like even ears is now everybody's tuning to like everybody think that everybody should sound like the Breakfast Club. You know,
Well,
what I'm
you
saying?
know what my
Everybody-
favorite creativity is? I don't mean to cut you off now. It's my bad, bro. Is being motherfucking me 100. Like Dave Chappelle's new comedy show.
Yeah.
Man,
Speaking of that, like
super honest and super funny because he's saying a
it's
lot
raw.
of what people want to say,
he's
but
so
they scared
raw.
to say.
It's
Oh,
all
that
about-
shit.
He just
all
laughed
about
behind
putting the
everything.
I'm
medicine in
laughing,
the
my
candy.
girl with her mouth open like this.
It's putting the medicine in the candy.
Laughing.
Because he called us out. He called the society out. He
He
called
called
Everybody out.
because you got to think about it, it's a very sensitive time right now. It's like you can't really like.
You can't
Talk
say
your
nothing.
shit.
You can't say nothing. You're gonna offend somebody.
So everybody filtered now.
Oh, this
You know
episode
what I mean?
gonna come back and kick out one of our
No,
asses.
they already on his ass because he kept using the F word that end with T. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna say it, but you know,
Oh,
and he was saying it loud.
Rhymes with maggot.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so he
yeah.
like,
So-
and he said it.
He did.
Hey man, that's
And that's what
one of the
I grew
dumbest
up in the
things.
'80s. We grew up saying that.
Now that's one of the
I mean, that was
dumbest
just-
things we can have though. Like, okay, we gonna and black people started the shit really, but let's not say a word.
Right.
Just cause you don't say it in your ear, don't mean he ain't gonna say it when you out his
Exactly.
earshot. So
Right.
you telling him not to say it ain't gonna stop shit. You know what I'm saying?
But I think right now is also it's like everybody having a platform and everybody having a voice. Everybody feels like they can complain about somebody else's like preferences. You know what I'm saying?
right.
The
And it's
internet-
loud. It's out.
But you
know?
you do got a right to complain. They just
But
don't
the thing
they
is,
just don't
internet
got
is a
to
gangster
but
right
now
now.
it's like it's overwhelming.
You just said
You-
something,
you-
Slim. We should still have the right to not give a
Yeah,
fuck.
I just
Right.
don't have to give a fuck about you complaining.
But you know what's the problem?
It's the circumstance.
Too
I
many
mean,
people give a fuck now.
Yeah,
It's the repercussions that come behind
I
it.
don't even think people give a fuck. They want to pretend like they do because it's a front. It's just like when somebody say something about a woman getting like domestic violence or something. Everybody want to jump up and stand up for the woman right now. But I know I done seen plenty of situations where a girl done got her ass whooped and nobody jumped in to save her from that ass.
No, I'm not
whooping.
laughing at
You
that,
know
but
what
Dave
I'm saying?
Chappelle touched on that. That
You
nigga
know
said, I'm a
what
victim shamer. He said, girl kept saying, he hit
No,
me.
people pick and
What'd you do?
choose. And the thing is, but that's the problem. Like what people do is they pick and choose. Like a lot of times, like
I mean, but it's safe that way.
but they pick.
true.
But they all right. So say for instance, it's a cause. Like say you're somebody's a domestic violence advocate, and somebody gets beat up or whatever. But let it be like a chick that's been rambunctious or been in the news, or she just not a fan of, or she's gonna be like
They're not gonna give us the same
situation.
energy, but they ain't
not
gonna give it that
her
same energy.
energy
Nah, they're
because
not.
you're now basically advocating based on your biases and not on the real.
They've been
issue
doing
at
that
hand.
shit
A lot of
the
people
beginning
gonna
of
be on
time,
some. She
though.
deserved that type of
that's
shit.
true.
A lot of people gonna be on that
Like,
type of shit. She
think
deserved that.
about not to go way back, but think about Rosa Parks. She wasn't the first person to say, "Hell no, I ain't getting up." It was another woman.
It was a dark lady.
She just wasn't.
She didn't
as-
fit what they look.
Yeah.
the look they
They
wanted.
said, "Oh, you
Yeah,
can
I
be the
agree.
poster
I
child,
agree.
not this woman."
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
they
because
did it like that.
colorism was real back in those days. For real, for
Shit,
real.
it still is.
Because
Still is.
and I actually posted on my Instagram years ago.
Ain't none of these
for,
bitches black. They
doing,
black and everything else.
Oh yeah, it's a
They a
template.
mixed
Like,
load of
I ain't gonna lie,
laundry.
it gets old
Hey,
seeing like
you know what's
a
some
template.
You know what's some funny shit to me? When a motherfucker be like, I'm Latino. What the fuck does Latino mean? You just a little black?
Afro Latino.
No.
Oh, my God.
All that shit is African, bro. Either you
You from the pretty much the western.
The boat
southern-
stopped
the
over there
southwest
first.
side.
yeah.
before I got over here.
It's a little diluted, but you
Right.
still African, man. You can't separate yourself. Well, you just a black nigga from the island.
Well, you
With
gotta
an
think
accent.
Yeah.
people do that amongst like
Spanish
just from like
Shit,
South America,
Africans
the
and-
West Indies, all of those places. Like,
Yeah.
Africans and blacks do that.
Yeah.
I'm Trinidadian, no, I'm Bahamian. You know, like
They
it's
can't
so
stand up. They think we
Yeah.
lazy. They think me and Source was just talking about this shit earlier.
like no, it's
Shit, I
like
think all Nigerians scammers.
Yep.
What I say?
Shit, they just got proven.
Hey, you said it out me, but I'm a
Hey, the
piggyback.
feds just hit their ass.
I'm going piggyback.
It's true.
They will get your ass out of it.
We're gonna get so much
Let them
feedback.
do your taxes.
Goddamn show.
Let them do your taxes if you want to.
So
If I lose my job because of that line, you know, I'm just saying.
he said most Nigerians, not
Most.
all.
Most.
Not
Man.
all.
Watch your pockets in the club.
I think
Don't get
you
no
know what?
Nigerian
No. They
email
gonna
address.
they gonna put their phone next to your shit.
Nigga,
They
when
gonna have
DeVito
all
come
your
on,
debit card number.
Nigga, when DeVito come on, you better money fall on you. You better put your hand in your pocket.
Man, but y'all did have a good
Robin
point
season.
about everything's being recycled, and when I look at it like we need to stop letting the media control the narrative of the day, the narrative of the week, just the narrative. Like, for example, they all like we know now when you watch the news, it's designed to instill fear into people. Where here's a storm coming up, breaking news, somebody just got shot. You know what I'm saying? All of that just instilling fear in people. It's not really making you aware of nothing. Right. It's just like right now, the common thing been going on in Dallas is vaping. Oh, vaping is a bad thing.
Oh, no, yeah.
They're going to the hospital over that shit now.
For real.
And they probably been going on a
cigarette if you
but you got to think about the news. Name a news station that talk about good shit.
That's why I don't watch the news.
They're not gonna watch it.
The first 15 minutes
bad, 10% good.
The first 15 minutes of news is death.
Yeah, that's
death and bullshit.
But Billy got an award today. Back to news. You over there with you, John. Who got shot in Southside?
We're live now. You see, all you see behind this motherfucker is tape, yellow tape.
And I think social media, and YouTube has made people like, man, I don't gotta watch that no more. Like, and be honest with you,
I watch it for
the news. It's on
Twitter.
social media.
I watch it for
if I see what's trending, I'm like, oh, let me see what's this.
I don't really fuck with Twitter. I'm on.
I'm the biggest lurker in the world.
Yeah, I don't fuck with Twitter.
I never post.
I don't even know my password.
I don't even have a Twitter. I've never created one.
So what I used to like to do is follow sports, like via Twitter, because like Black Twitter, or when something happening, like that shit just be funny.
Right.
And so that shit.
How do you get to this Black Twitter?
I've heard Black Twitter.
You know, it ain't no hashtag.
Follow the certain people.
Yeah,
like,
you follow people. Like certain people just follow the same people.
I just wait till you get to Black Instagram.
Exactly.
Instagram be so far behind.
Yeah, it's really like a week behind.
Facebook really be the first one to hit shit.
Yeah, Twitter is the biggest repository.
But I be like,
Twitter,
Facebook still let you post
nobody on Twitter.
And it's hard to find your niche on Twitter, like find your group in Twitter.
Yeah.
Like you may think you follow some people,
and that shit take years of work to build your little network.
It's a dangerous thing though, cause you get that echo chamber. So like I used to be on Twitter and be like, you know, you get like a certain album or something there, and everybody's saying it's hot, but you follow the same niggas they follow, so shit, it's everybody who already like that nigga anyway. So anything that come out, you think gonna be hot,
right?
But
you know what I'm saying?
It's that one tweet,
that
one shit that get out that end up on Instagram.
Bro, people be going back to 2011 and shit. Niggas get drafted, they go and find something he tweeted at 13 years old. Fuck niggas.
Hey,
they did that to Kevin Hart. Remember Kevin Hart was about to do that?
About to do the Oscars.
Like he said, God damn it, I already apologized. I know, keep apologizing for the shit.
That's why Dave Chappelle last night when he was talking about the dog.
The nigga said I quit. And then went on to apologize for 6 weeks.
He said all these gays ain't never said they daddy came in and hit him in the head with no dollhouse. So why are we banning people?
It's like you would have had to buy the.
He said I would have had to buy the dollhouse in the first.
Yeah, you would have had to buy the dollhouse for him in the first.
Yeah,
nigga, so I would have did something good.
That shit was genius, man. Dave Chappelle is so genius in his comedy. Because he's not, to me, he ain't just telling jokes. He's having a conversation with you that's funny as shit.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not a punchline.
So you
shit.
following along versus just laughing. You following along while you laughing.
I love Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, you gotta pay attention to him.
Yeah. A lot of people was like, oh, this nigga crazy because he walked away from 80 million. Well, it was a reason why he walked away from that 80 million.
He wasn't ready for it. He wasn't ready for it.
And, you know, Comedy Central tried to tell him to water his shit down a little bit. He was like, nah.
But the thing is, somebody knows if they ready for what comes with it. And the thing, because he did admit, he was like, it was just too much noise around.
Right.
You got to think, when you get that type of pressure on you, it's time, like you either put up or shut up. And the thing is, I felt like people were not ready for it.
That shit made Charlie Murphy a star.
And so you got to understand, like,
Did it?
Yeah, that shit made Charlie.
Man,
did you know who Charlie Murphy was before?
Yeah, that nigga was in. He was in Harlem Nights. He was said one line in Harlem Nights. He was in Players Club.
He was nigga beating up Bernie Mac.
But to be real with you though, you didn't see him because
CB4.
He was always
was
better than the shit you already got on.
I think he was the natural. He was the natural, and he was the natural skill, and Eddie just had work it. Like he didn't have to do it.
Charlie was
like,
Charlie was louder.
You hear Eddie talk about.
Murphy was limited in what he had his niche.
Yeah,
Eddie Murphy was talented in the fact that he was somebody you could universally like.
But he used to coach
Murphy.
He used to coach Eddie a lot. Like Eddie will tell you.
The biggest thing about Charlie Murphy was he didn't do stand up until he was like 40 years old.
Exactly, because he was a nigga who was just naturally funny. I get what you saying.
Yeah.
But Eddie Murphy had like. You know how you got somebody who could just blend?
Oh my goodness.
Charlie Murphy is a stronger personality.
A street nigga. Charlie was a street dude.
Yeah.
Charlie Murphy came out saying the same jokes as Eddie Murphy. They wouldn't have accepted as well.
I didn't really like his stand-up though. I ain't gonna lie.
But you know what though? Eddie Murphy's like, and you go to with your point about how he's just naturally funny. He was on Comedians and Coffee on Netflix, right? And it's only like 30 minutes with Seinfeld. Dude was in the car, had me rolling. He like, I still wear my boots just because a nigga try to test me. I whoop a nigga ass.
Eddie is a fool, dog.
That's why
I realize this nigga from New York, though.
Eddie is a kid.
Eddie, you know, Eddie popping out now.
Yeah, Eddie
was so awkward. Like,
I can't wait till that Dolomite shit come out.
Dolomite coming out, then he gonna
got
be
his special.
hosting it.
He getting 50 million.
Saturday Night Live. He finna do Saturday Night Live.
That's gonna be dope as
And
fuck.
so it's like it's good to see him popping out. But you know what I think it is, and Will Smith was one of the first like mega stars to realize it, that old stand mysterious to remain a superstar was not the wave. Because that's what you remember. He said, "I didn't have any social media because I was always taught to be a superstar, you have to basically be off the grid." Like, because you used to wonder what Michael Jackson was doing. You know what I'm saying? And so now, motherfuckers, you have to have some access. So people got to be able to have access to you.
Yeah.
And so he realized. And so what happened when he got on Instagram? His shit.
Boom. Blew.
He don't need a fucking He don't need a TV show now. You know, he like literally.
You talking about Eddie?
No,
Will Smith. Will Smith was like one of the top motherfuckers on Instagram.
He just got on Instagram.
But he just got on.
Yeah.
Because he didn't think like, I'm not about to be in your face every day. I have to remain a movie star. No, nigga, you
not
better get your
nowadays.
ass on social media and holler at us. Go live, nigga. I ain't seen you in a
cook some
while.
breakfast or something. Do some regular shit, nigga. We want to see it.
But Eddie, man, real talk, watching that little 30-minute segment about Eddie, because they asked him, so what you do every day? He said, man, I don't do nothing. He was like, what you mean? He like, I don't do anything. I don't watch TV.
That's why the niggas all be in a rush to get back to work.
That's what I'm saying. He said the best thing. He said, man, everybody. He like
his money.
Everybody moved out the house except for his young ones, but he got a house where everybody else is kind of still stay near him. All his kids, and they still come there. And he like, that's the only thing I get excited about when they come here, but I don't do anything. He said, I want to do stand up. He was like, he told the whole thing, like everything you seeing, he had already taught. Like, I want to get back to stand up, so I'm trying to get material and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think like goats like that, same thing like Will Smith, man, they get to a level where they really find self-affirmation on themselves. Like, it don't matter no more how much money you make.
I think
they're gonna be there.
Shit, Eddie said Nicole.
During that whole time,
they get more famous than me.
They famous people, but they just trying to find themselves like we do.
Yeah.
They just in a spotlight.
Right.
They be fucking up.
Sometimes they get tired of
That's the
spot.
crazy
Yeah.
thing. That's why I always shout out to Bron. Like LeBron, like you got to think he been famous since what, 16, 15, 16?
Wow.
Yeah.
And to have that, he's literally growing up in the
AAU.
fishbowl. You got to think every move he's made. And when he got like in high school, he was on sports ESPN because he got that car. They went and basically talked about his whole home life. They broke everything down, so it's like it's a storyline. His whole life is one big storyline. Imagine growing up, and now we see it with his junior with Bronny. Like Bronny, every move he make now is like on. Like on,
I mean, shit, you can go way back. Yeah, happy birthday to the king of pop, Michael Jackson. He been in the spotlight since he was what, 6. So that's why people be like, he was so. I mean, we gotta think about it. When you famous your whole life, like you saying, it's like shit. Sometimes
some people
want to
can't
build
handle
Neverland Ranch. He never was a kid. He was always on the show. I mean, on the road doing shows.
Man, I'm not gonna.
6.
Still not gonna give him an excuse to the parents on letting them kids sleep with Mike. I still want to know why would the fuck you let your kid? If this true,
That's a
you
good
need to
thing.
be prosecuted.
nigga
too,
let that
goddamn.
man blowing people assholes and shit.
You gotta watch the special now. You gotta watch it.
You ain't watching special. Just brought that up out the nowhere.
Yeah.
He's talking about it on the special.
Oh, my bad.
He talking about everything.
He's talking about R. Kelly.
Niggas talking about, I would have put you in my.
He's talking about.
Thinking R. Kelly.
He talked about what's the old boy from Empire?
No, he didn't call him Jussie.
He ain't called
You remember
Justice Smollett.
in the war show last year when it first happened? He said he wasn't gonna call him Jussie no more. No, Chris Rock said that. I'm sorry.
Juicy.
He was calling him Juicy Smollett.
He was like, you said,
Smollett.
like, I was
Juicy
like, this
Smollett.
nigga, everybody, he like, everybody got that shit.
That
man.
nigga said, and guess who I thought about when he said the MAGA hat shit? Because when he was like, it was 2 dudes. He was like, when the investigator, the detective was writing down the story, he kept looking like,
two
this shit don't
MAGA
sound right. Niggas like 2 a.m.
Go find out what
Subway.
Kanye
20
was.
degrees.
He said
outside.
MAGA hats. That nigga said at 3 a.m. in Chicago. Has anybody seen Kanye West? I thought about that right there. I swear I thought about you.
Kanye was at one of the shows when he did that. I just couldn't imagine being. I've been like, fuck. Like, man.
And he was like, what nigga gonna say black gay? What he say, black F word, whatever?
I ain't gonna lie, man.
You gotta watch it now.
I really do.
I am.
Yeah.
I know we act like Kanye in his own world and don't give a fuck. Right. I really think he
going to church every Sunday.
I think he regret wearing that goddamn bag of hair. Because once he started, he had to go through it.
Mentioned Donald Trump.
But now he like, damn, man, I fucked up, man. Because like,
see, it took Steve Harvey to one picture.
The reason I'm going off his recent activity because it seemed like. He just been real, just staying out the way. I'm gonna just get these motherfuckers just by being so.
He got to get us back.
He got to get us back.
He getting us back now.
And he was like, man, you know what? I need to go to church.
So is he getting?
So I'm gonna start. He started his own church.
I need to get closer.
I need to get God back in my life.
Start my own church.
I need to get. He said, I need a closer walk
get my
with
people
thee.
back.
He said, I need a closer walk with thee.
They leaving me. They leaving me. Like, nah, nigga.
Hey, man, that nigga, because you know, every week that nigga got so much solo. He's like
nigga, we start treating that nigga like D'Angelo Russell in the LA Lakers locker room after he snitched on. Like, nah, we ain't fucking with you, nigga.
And then all of a sudden, that nigga got us beating our goddamn feet again. Like, man, I ain't fucking with you, bro.
But soon as we think about that red hat, we like, nah, man, turn that shit off.
I think it'll be at Sunday service. I'm like,
Right.
Like, I ain't even gonna say nothing for the first 30 minutes.
Right. But you know one thing about that, and you know what, and it goes with you saying, he doing like what he doing with that Sunday service is really putting that choir on a huge platform. Like,
but be honest, do you even know the people in the choir?
I just know I know a lot of them.
You see black faces.
Yeah, it's a lot of black faces.
They're gonna come out with an album.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
They're coming out with an album.
They coming out with
So you think he about to Kurt Franklin the game?
Yep. I think I think he's gonna be. I think
him and Kurt Franklin gonna be beefing.
It's gonna be a Christian beef. How does that work? How does that work?
God bless you, brother. God bless you more, brother. God bless you back.
How sanctified
God
are
bless
you?
you in your ugly ass shoes.
Shondo, man.
Wickedness.
Hey, you know, Kurt Kurt, you know, he gave Kurt like some beats. He gave like Kurt said, I ain't never.
Nigga, I just seen a video of Kurt Franklin Millie Wop.
Yeah, I saw that shit too.
Man, that was horrible, wasn't it? Like,
Oh,
you
you
hate
seen
to
that
see
too?
it. You hate to see it.
Why
You know, he went. The reason
You
was
can't Millie Wop.
I want to show my mama.
No, I didn't. It wasn't that. It was horrible.
Super Saiyan.
He just didn't do it good.
He was like.
I mean,
He was like Crumpin / Billy Whopping.
Yeah, he was like, what? Nigga say crumpets.
Man,
Like he was.
It was Millie Crumpets.
I sat there and watched the whole minute-long video. Like,
I
is he
did
gonna
too.
get normal?
He was
Like,
on stage.
it was so bad you couldn't look away.
you can't talk bad about people when they do stuff for the Lord.
No, I'm not talking bad about him.
That was the spirit.
Man.
That was the spirit.
Y'all,
so he was Miller whopping for the Lord.
Hold on, bro.
You go to an old school church in the South and you Millie rock, nigga.
I got a question for y'all, man.
They gonna put you out.
Y'all been in church and them motherfuckers be praise dancing?
You can't say motherfucker.
Yes, I
Say
can.
motherfucking fathers
Yes, I
about
can.
church.
You just told us.
I
You
just
just
did
told
it.
us we can't talk about nobody.
I said y'all. I do this shit all the time. Okay, look. Shit.
Hey, the praise. I mean, hey,
I don't go to church.
That's one thing I gotta say. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like,
But
and
hold
be
on,
honest with you,
strike me.
Hold on.
Lord,
while
I
we
didn't
speaking
say
to
that.
church,
I gotta y'all didn't let me finish though. How y'all ever? What's praise dancing? What is that all
I was
about?
getting at that.
That is being one with the word.
Who
the
said
music
that was
speak
cool,
through
though?
you.
Well,
That shit cool as hell. Lord forgive me.
I
That
used to
is
do it.
cool as
You used to
hell.
praise dance?
Yeah, we had a male praise dance.
No,
team
y'all,
at my
the
church.
memes.
Yeah, we used to
Bro.
pantomime.
Hey, bro.
It's cool though.
I'm church
who was your
hey,
trio?
I didn't do it. I was too stiff.
It was
I'm
like-
Church
I
of
was
God
too
Christ,
still.
so we very
Wilkins.
traditional.
Yeah, was
Remember
mine.
St. James?
Oh, okay.
So,
What
like,
was one of the songs they do it?
Joy, God's great joy.
See, I ain't even about to see.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm trying to get. See, I ain't fucking with you, son. I'm trying to get to heaven, nigga. I ain't fucking with you, nigga. I'm looking at the game.
You had one when a nigga start ticking.
I'm looking at the game.
He started G walking for the Lord.
Hey, if we get to heaven, they got a praise dance team. I'm gonna like try to work on it or something.
But man, I can't say.
Oh, come on,
Man, I can't say being in Dallas and going to
they
church.
gotta have one.
What'd you
Got
say?
you. They
I
got you.
said, you know, going
That shit just
going to
came
the
out though. That
churches
shit
here in
they wasn't doing it in the 70s.
Nah, praise
bro.
dance has been going on for a long
Speaking
time.
of the
Yeah,
70s,
they've been doing that.
They wasn't praise dancing in the 70s. I used to go to church when I was little. That shit,
No.
niggas wasn't praise dancing like in
I'm not gonna
81.
Niggas wasn't chicks was.
I'm not gonna let you
Girls
pass.
was.
I'm not gonna let you
different
pass that decade without speaking.
What's that?
got a hell of an observation that it came over the last year. About the 70s, the 60s too, nigga. Y'all can get it.
About the Bush?
Well,
you baby boomers. You baby boomers.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, y'all niggas was acting real fluid back in the day.
Yeah, buddy.
I was born in 78, so I was.
No, you don't count, nigga. You 80s baby.
Y'all was sassy. Y'all was some sassy.
Y'all niggas was sassy, some sassy ass thugs.
Niggas will grab your ass and stab you at the same time.
I see where Young Thug get his inspiration.
Ain't Lil Uzi Vert.
Like
it been repeating itself for years.
Because I look at it like this, man. First, it was the Quincy Jones expose when that nigga talked about everybody. You know what I'm saying? He's like, everybody was fucking everybody.
Everybody now.
Like, man, woman.
Then he's trying to be like, well, them were the drugs back then. Nah, nigga, you done already told it.
No, you know, get high as a kite and just have a one big orange.
Nigga, what was you doing? If I'd have been in your life, what you want to do?
I fucked Kurt Gable in my jacuzzi in my Beverly Hills home. Right. And when I moved to Brentwood, I fucked him and his wife together.
Yeah, shit like that.
Yeah. But it's Hollywood. Did I say, excuse me, it's Hollywood. Like, no, nigga.
No, nigga, that's still.
That shit is fluid.
It's still out of line.
That's my new name. That's my new word for the nigga when that shit is fluid.
Hey, but yeah, people want to act like you know, just homosexuality just happened recently. Like it's just been a recent rash.
In the Bible.
No, they been.
Bro, they was doing
like
that
Source
shit.
Said, it's more fluid
days.
now.
Like,
They encourage it in Greek days. Yeah,
because the woman, you only had sex with a woman to procreate. That's what they did in the Roman times. You had sex with a woman to procreate. That was the only time. So that's why they used to have little young boys and Caesar and all them motherfuckers.
That was fucking boys.
Yeah,
boys, yeah. They have a page. They would kind of a page.
I ain't watching. I ain't watching no more Gladiators,
Spades,
300s,
Squire.
Yeah. Yep, they had fun boys.
Squires.
Yeah. My thing is, it was always accepted, and then all of a sudden, it got sensitive.
Sparta.
When certain people just wanted to come out. Like we all grew up with
the game up.
It's how they come out.
When AIDS hit,
I'm talking about after post-AIDS. I'm talking about like now.
No, but I think now they just trying to get back because in like the 90s when AIDS hit in like the early 80s, if somebody was gay, that was like the first thing you went to was they
got AIDS.
And so are they gonna get that
especially
stuff?
In the 80s.
And it's like so we didn't because the thing is when
Michael
Johnson, I remember my uncle told me when Magic Johnson came out, the going around thing in the barbershop and shit was that nigga must have been gay because they had never heard of a straight man getting AIDS. Getting HIV, and so that show you how ignorant people were. But
that
the
nigga
thing
getting
is,
healthy.
So you got to think to carry that scarlet letter around. If you come out to your family like, oh, you gonna catch.
Yeah. Why nobody gonna ever ask them about that shit though?
Huh?
I mean, Magic Johnson do interviews all the goddamn time, and nobody ever bring nigga.
Let me interview him.
No,
do you still have AIDS?
He never had AIDS. He had HIV.
He ain't never got to AIDS.
Do you have the HIV?
But the nigga get.
The finest of drugs.
And he get healthy every time.
The finest of drugs.
They just really
that nigga drugs is made.
But it's son gay, so shit.
But you know what I just read today, man.
And he like 6'1".
I just read today they did a study.
6 fat.
And they
like 6'11".
I was on Reddit.
So run up on that nigga and call him gay.
Yeah, I was on Reddit today, and I read a study that said they tracked down like a gay gene.
Nah.
Yeah,
I don't believe
no, they've been trying to track that shit down forever, but I don't believe
no kid is born gay.
It's like a combination of genes. Oh hell no, bro.
I remember we talked about that one time. On one of our previous shows. I know we talked about it.
I didn't see the process.
Hey man, who in their life would choose
process.
to be? Who in their life would choose to be black and gay?
I just don't.
That's like a double negative.
That's too much.
No, you gotta think, Donnie.
Who would choose that shit?
I've seen the process in front of my own eyes. Like early.
I'm gonna say this.
Crawling with a twist.
Just only thing I'm gonna say is in the next few years,
I ain't fucking with
you. Just felt it, bro. Like early.
Nigga say this nigga is crawling with a twist.
No, I'm gonna just say this. When you watch,
I'm gonna spank that shit out of him.
Shit.
Crawl straight, motherfucker.
This nigga said crawling with a twist. Oh my god.
I'm gonna say this though, real talk. Like, the thing is, what's gonna make you uneasy is when the next 6 months to a year and you watching TV and you may be looking at a woman and you just be like, whatever.
Too late, bro.
No, because Laverne Cox. Like I was watching. What's that? It's the new girl. It's a new girl. It's the new girl HBO show. So I'm watching it, and they got like old girl from the game. What's
which one from the game?
You know, the one Derwin Davis baby mama.
Listen,
so they sitting around, they talking. They got old girl. What's the old lady that come in that look good now?
It was a nigga
from Waiting to Exhale. Laverne Cox sitting right there.
Went to Exhale.
What's her name?
Shit, which one?
The one that burnt up the car.
Oh, you talking about Trey Mama from Boys in the Hood?
Angela Bassett. So they sitting around like all beautiful women, and all of a sudden they pan on Laverne Cox, and then they go back and they pan back. She have a scene, keep going, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like you gotta It's like they making it a nomenclature now. They just making it normal, and you gotta really. You may be looking at an artist. You may be looking at an actress like, man, she did good. Come and find out.
Nigga.
Yep.
And it's
coming.
You can get got these days.
Yeah. I want to see your baby pictures. If I'm out in these streets again, which I'm not anymore, but if I was out in these streets,
you invite me over. I'm looking around like.
I ain't never been to Atlanta.
Hey, I'm looking around.
You remember that time you and Flynn was at Kona Grill?
What's up?
Yeah. Hey, Chef, I checked that shit out a while ago.
You remember y'all was at Kona Grill, had that you know.
Oh, nigga had a mishap, man. This was probably, it was a long time ago.
You had a nigga bitch.
It was me and Flynn.
Bro, come on.
Nah, we ain't had no nigga bitch. Yeah, we have a nigga.
We gonna get a band, dog.
Oh man, so
it was when Kona first opened, man. We had been in there for a minute, so we had been drinking.
Wow.
And we was all on the back side of the bar, Antoine. You know, by the patio on that side of the bar. So the chicks came through on the other side, and I think. Then one of them was like, hey, I don't even remember how the shit, it was so long ago, but they was like, anyway, we ended up over there talking to them. So we wasn't even over there for 5 minutes. And we look back at our group, and two of the chicks that was in our group was just like, no. Yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I hurry up, you know, you got that scared look, and you come back real quick, like, what's up? I was like, that one is a dude, and it was
nigga
never,
bitch.
It was never confirmed.
Yeah.
Hey, it was never confirmed. But I got the fuck out of there, and I'm telling him, come back. Hey, why you leave? Well, fuck you then, motherfucker. But I think we damn near got. But we had been drinking.
I didn't
and like you said, going back off you said, I had never got out.
Hey, look, bro.
You see the car question yourself,
nigga,
like, how the fuck did
all
I
the girls in
fall
our
off?
group was like, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
I was just like, I don't even care. It don't even matter to me. Shit.
Look at the hands, bro.
Nah, I mean, cause I ain't.
It's all in the hands.
You can't look at the Adam's apple no more. You really can't do that no more.
All in the hands.
But
you can't shorten hands.
Hey, nigga, you gotta start doing chicks like this. Let me see your hand.
like me.
See how big your hand is.
Hey man, me and my girl.
And I ain't got little hands, so if motherfucker hand big, she better be Candace Parker.
Hey,
better be
me
6'4".
Me and my girl had this shit happened yesterday. I forgot what I was talking about, but like we was talking about. I was telling her she always watching gay shit. That's what I said. I was like, you always watching gay shit.
What's gay shit? Yeah, I think
it's all right, bro. Look, I'm not finna sit here and try to make my words feel so you can feel better. I'm talking to my girl. I'm like, y'all watch. I ain't got no.
Posh.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was talking about. But I don't got no. I ain't got no problem. Look, I don't have any problem with anybody the way they are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm not gonna try to culture like change my words so you'll feel better. I mean, it's gay. You know, it's white is white, it's blue is blue. Yeah. Whatever. Right. But anyway. So I tell her that, and we was talking about something, and I was talking about the dude, and she was like, "No, that's a woman." I was like, "No, that's a dude." She was like, "No, he's a woman now. That's a woman now." I was like, "No, that's not how it works." Yeah. I mean, that's just not how it works, bro.
You take that blood, they gonna show up.
It's not how it works, man. I understand your plight. I understand what you're trying to get across, but it don't work like that.
Really
totally
can't put a wig on a pig and get a gig. You can't do shit. It's just.
Boy, say that shit again. Lyric. You can't do what? Nigga, that's a bar.
Right.
You can't put a wig on a pig and get a gig.
You know, it just don't work like that.
Hey, you see what happened in the NCAA? Motherfucker, the nigga running as a bitch now.
What?
It was a dude.
This nigga running a 10-2. Everybody, I was running 10-8.
Wait a minute. It's a nigga bitch.
Remember the wrestler?
I ain't
like 2 years ago, like high school wrestler.
I remember
transition into a girl.
Yeah,
it was
like
wrestling girls. It just nigga,
I don't
3
think
seconds.
you should be able to do that though.
In the press,
right.
I'm gonna knife your
ass. Like we live in
this certain shit out of line. Like I have no problem, but some of the shit, like why are you trying to fucking run in the Olympics? Well, you know goddamn well you run a 10-1.
And you know what's so crazy? All this shit we talking about, Chappelle touched on. Remember last time you talking about the NBA and the WNBA? He touched on all this shit we talked about.
Like, I just feel like some stuff just don't. Why are we really trying to go to the Supreme Court about this? She whooping the fuck out of these girls' asses on this wrestling match.
And I am not trying to be. I still don't want to have to follow.
But they took it and lost.
Listen, I got an 11-year-old daughter. I still don't want to have to follow her to the bathroom because you were going to allow a motherfucker who used to be like me to go.
That don't mean shit, bro. I mean, they got unisex bathrooms. Wait, that ain't gonna mean. That don't mean.
I was at a restaurant in Deep Ellum. They had a bathroom. They had a question mark on it. I ain't even go in. I held my piss out home.
And Flim, I'm like you. I have no issue with any. Do your thing. I respect you more when you come out and say this is.
Just don't be a nigga bitch.
Man, you know what? And I'll be real with you. I respect.
Bro.
I ain't gonna lie.
That's gonna be the title.
Like
of
me and Dunny used to work with this dude, and I mean when I say he was a sassy walking down the
Sassy Savage.
What's his name? LeVar. No, not LeVar.
Dude that used to,
The one I said used to look like Red from the
from New Orleans, dark skinned dude.
I know who you talking about.
Oh,
What's that nigga name, bro? He used to tell everybody business about who he was fucking.
You can see him.
He was talking about all type. No,
I ain't know that.
Shit,
no,
that
bro.
Because
you know, I was dating Adrian at the time, so I used to hear the shit that the girls was talking about. And then, you know, so and so.
Nigga don't be wanting to hear that.
For real,
shit.
man.
I'm like, no, because it be nigga that you be like.
Well, hold on. My point is though.
No, this is a point. Because he just said.
You got a point about your point.
You remember you just said you like when people.
I want you to let me know who you is. I respect you
It's
more.
people that's living a lie.
Yes.
That I'll be like,
They be like, "What's up, my nigga?" As soon as you turn around, they looking at your ass.
It's
You like, come
like,
on, man.
it's like, bro, like he telling that when you hear somebody
That's
telling
real
that shit, that be like,
I know.
Nigga, you shoot a jump in the gym, and nigga be
Y'all
like,
got me.
shit. Be like,
I gotta tell y'all this story. I gotta tell you this story.
Don't-
So man,
don't pat me when I miss,
about
man.
a week ago, man, it was hot. Like one of them hunters. Man, I was like, I ain't eating. It was one of them days when it was so hot, you ain't want to eat nothing but just drink. So I like, I'm gonna go to Smoothie King.
I ain't never been that.
So
hot.
no, like it was just hot. So I'm gonna go to Smoothie King. So man, I go to Smoothie King, right? So I had on a bullshit t-shirt. I order my shit. You know what I'm saying? I want a mango kale.
Bullshit
Yeah,
t-shirt.
on tank top ordering a smoothie.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen,
You gotta describe that shit.
What's what I'm
no, I'm talking about I had on like a bullshit
Was it
t-shirt,
short?
like a Psycho Bunny from North, like just a t-shirt, bro.
It was
so,
tight.
You had a gay t-shirt.
Your belly button wasn't showing, was it?
So listen, so I pull up to the drive, so I order my
Was
shit.
it bleached out?
Your belly button was showing, Seth.
He was like,
Right.
I like your shirt. I was like, huh?
So
He was like, I was like, man, what? I'm like, man, it's just a Psycho Bunny. He like, I mean, I just like it. I like how it look. I was like, oh my goodness. So I put my AirPods back on.
he said it was fitting you right, bro.
Listen.
It was fitting you right.
So
He
finally,
said he was trying to let you know
so
he
he
looked
realized, he like, well, he ain't going. So 5 minutes later,
Wait, that's what he said.
like you can tell, he was like, he ain't going.
He tried
5 minutes
you.
later, chick pull up. The chick give me my shit. She said, so why you order your drink like this and put her titties? I'm like, God damn.
She put her titties on
She
you.
put her
What
titties
type of
like-
shirt you had on?
I
nigga?
just
Say, what kind of shirt you
Damn,
type of
I'm
shirt
like,
you had on?
I didn't know how to
That's
feel.
a hell of a shirt. This shit powerful.
That nigga felt like a piece of meat.
What type of shirt you had
Man, I
on?
felt the I
shirt
just had on a
attracting
V-neck,
everybody.
just a V-neck T-shirt.
Bullshit.
Bruh.
It was a hung low or some shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Taco
I
meat.
even, I mean, I went home and was like, man, I just don't know how to
You
feel.
lying, you stutter.
Nigga felt violated.
Hey, you feel
I can't even go back. Like
It
it's
makes
like
you
a
feel
block
dirty.
from my crib. I
You don't
can't
wanna
even
go
go
Moral
back.
story: never go order a smoothie.
Right.
It was like the corner store with all the gang
You must work
members.
hard. Did you work hard?
Wait. Did you drink your smoothie in there or did you wait till you got
I
home?
wait till I got home.
Because if you drank your
I
smoothie
nigga talk
from
about
that nigga,
Like a shake.
I was,
You gotta pull hard that first.
I was so ready to get my shit.
You know, to get it going.
I was so ready to get my shit.
stir it up
like,
and nothing.
man.
All you got to do is pull.
Hey, don't suck too hard.
You got to pull harder than
That's
that.
like licking a light. That's like licking a snow cone in the mall. I hate when niggas do that shit.
He like-
Get a spoon with that goddamn waffle
after
cone.
you get through
I
that
love waffle
smoothie,
cone, but
eat
I
this
get a
banana.
spoon. Yeah, nigga be
Get ice
walking
cream. Y'all
around.
nigga, you get ice cream, nigga. I'm so curious, my guy.
I do.
More of the story though. We
I
don't
don't
got
even
no.
order
We don't
ice
got no.
cream no
We don't
more.
got
But
no
I eat my
corn
shit
with
too.
no
No ice cream, no bananas, no fucking
What y'all
shit.
scared
I don't
of,
even eat
bro?
bananas.
Pickles.
Okay.
Unless they
I ain't what y'all scared of,
Okay, bro.
Nah,
But
if I eat a
You
banana,
can't eat. You can't eat any spherical food.
I do not want to see no grown nigga with his head sideways licking a snow cone.
Hey, I can't wait to see one of y'all niggas at the fair. Y'all gonna fuck a churro.
Now, don't get me wrong. Corn dog is the first thing I get at the fair. I go to Fletcher's. That nigga Fletcher's the first place I go and give me a corn dog. I ain't gonna lie.
You better cut that
up. Can you put it on?
But I ain't gonna walk through the fair, nigga, with my head sideways.
I'm gonna go to the corner. I'm gonna go to the corner.
I'm gonna go around the corner and eat your ice cream cone.
Fuck that bitch.
Want my corn dog on the plate.
Wipe it off, nigga.
Slice my corn dog.
Put it on the plate.
I need a knife and fork with my goddamn corn.
Hey, man.
Y'all niggas terrible.
Hey, man. I got to ask y'all this, though, man. So, y'all ain't never hit on a chick and she wasn't feeling y'all?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm hitting on one right now.
You gotta make her feel you.
That's part of the game.
I've had to make motherfuckers feel me.
So
I don't know. Ike Turner type shit.
I'm just saying though. So the gay dude, it's equal opportunity out here. He was shooting his shot.
That's why you can't feel it.
But no, that's
you can be respectful.
No, wait, time out.
Disrespectful.
Time out. That's disrespectful. Now, I will say this. I'm not a gay basher. Again,
They say it's a compliment.
I don't have anything against people who like the same sex. Hey, do your thing. I respect you more if you let us know. But if you come at me, because gay men know that they know you straight.
No,
yeah,
they don't, bro.
They better know I'm straight.
Let me tell you something.
Them motherfuckers better know.
Let me tell you something, my nigga.
Wait. That's a sign of disrespect to me. If a motherfucker come on to me that's gay and be like, hey, let me buy you a drink. What you drinking? I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Let me tell you something, my boy. They come in all shapes, sizes, types.
Hey, listen, I'm going to get kicked out of that establishment.
That look like niggas killer.
A nigga that's not trying to make a comeback in the NFL.
He just came out today.
Yeah,
defensive end just came out today. Yeah, Murray.
Big ass nigga.
Carlton.
Big ass nigga in the trenches.
He said he's bisexual.
Niggas is straight look like killers.
I done seen.
I done seen gay dudes with.
Don't run up on no gay nigga that think that you just gonna whip his ass. Now I will say that.
I mean, think about a butch. You done seen some butches that look like, nigga, I beat your ass.
I mean, studs be little.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
but they
the
be
petite. Because the only ones that really get the hoes,
and they had always backwards.
the only ones that get the bad hoes.
They always got their fitted hat on backwards.
Hey, you ever want to piss? Hey,
all the bad.
You ever want to piss a stud off? You ever want to piss a stud off?
2 sleeves, nigga, tatted up everywhere.
Shoot your shot up.
Oh yeah,
see, she shouldn't be mad.
Hey, that shit pissed them off like a motherfucker.
Hey,
if you ever want to piss a stud off, holler at him.
I did that one time. I did that one time on purpose.
To get shot
Because she kept. I was like clean in the mother.
Let me buy you a drink, Cleo.
Like some shit. Just clean. Man, I hollered at her. I said,
yeah, she might call you a bitch.
Right.
Hey, so she gonna call you a
She's
bitch.
like, you fucked
Oh,
up.
bitch ass nigga, don't ask me for no drink. God damn, homie.
Bro,
that's what I'd be like.
It's hilarious because you see how insecure they are. Because you'll be like, you just holler like, no, I dress you up, just speak real shit, and they be like, oh.
But how many times have you seen a stud that you was like, that motherfucker got potential? She cute.
No, it's a lot of them motherfuckers.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, damn, baby, stop smashing your titties.
I done seen a few in the WNBA.
But you gotta remember, you gotta think about why they like that. They like that.
But they got the running back shoulders.
Niggas done fucked them up.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all
fucked up before.
No, because it's a nice percentage that done been through some shit. Then you gotta think they catch them at the right time. Because you gotta think studs got game, nigga.
Yep.
Like them niggas got a lot of them motherfuckers.
You gotta have a mouthpiece.
They got
the
game.
ones I know got mouthpieces.
Especially if you're a hustler. If you're a hustler,
He said they stole it. He said they stole it.
A stud will walk up and say the same shit you was about to say.
But it's smoother than
better.
Before you say it.
Delivery. Softer. You be like, hey baby, what's your number? You be like, hey, excuse me, what's your number? You gonna get it? It's so and so here.
She curious.
She gonna ask what you.
Cause there's a lot of motherfucking curious ass women. Like I ain't gonna lie, it's more fake gay women in the world
nowadays for women to like women is
I ain't complaining.
Like, it's like
that part.
Like I ain't complaining, but I'm saying like a lot of y'all motherfuckers is fluid too nowadays.
A lot of these studs think they tough though. I don't see some studs get into it with niggas.
Man, I ever told y'all. I told y'all about that time I was in the barbershop. Like I was in the barbershop and this what we thought was a dude came.
I'm like, Daddy, I like this nigga.
Like what we thought was a dude came in the barbershop, right? With his little brother, right? So they in the barbershop chilling, and like the owner of the barbershop and dude just looked like he was built to break shit. Like he just like this big black ass nigga. He owned a barbershop. And he done own his barber shop.
He's built to break.
Yeah,
he gonna fuck your hair up.
Yeah. He own his barber shop by 3 years. I done seen him cut a hair 2 times.
Cause he ain't got no touch.
Nobody going to this nigga chair.
But he got a car. He got a parking spot.
No type of finesse.
So the dude had parked in his parking spot, and he come in there. He come in like, "Hey man, whoever parked in my parking spot, can you move? You know what I'm saying? It's my spot." So nobody say nothing. So man, he come back like, "Man, we're in my parking spot." Nobody say nothing.
We hate to repeat ourselves.
He come back, "Man, who the fuck in my parking spot?" He mad as hell. And then he finally say something, right? And it was what we thought was a dude, had a polo shirt on, oversized polo shirt.
Please don't tell me.
Hat pulled down low, braids all around their head. And like, get up. She's like, I ain't motherfucking moving. You know what I'm saying? She's like, fuck that. I ain't motherfucking moving all that. And he like, man, just move out of my parking spot. Cause this is his business, so he ain't trying to have no static.
What did she give him the soft voice?
No, she got up. I ain't
She gave him
motherfucking
the
moving.
Cleo voice. She gave him the Cleo voice.
I ain't motherfucking moving.
I need some more motherfucking
And then
money.
he was just like, I just need you to move out the parking spot. And she said, on the blood, I ain't moving out this parking spot.
she threw the setup.
We in downtown Little Rock. She like, on the blood, man, what that? He like, go, I'll come outside. So she go outside, and soon as she get outside, he just upcut. And just teeth just go everywhere.
Her
teeth just gone.
Her teeth?
Her teeth gone. But we thought it was a dude this whole time. Like, so he just uppercut, teeth go everywhere, he pick her up, take her out in the middle of the street, slam on a car. And we thinking it's a dude.
Did nobody run out and say, she got titties?
But we thought it was a dude this whole time. So the police come. And they like, anybody see that fight? And mother just
what fight?
That's how people like.
He got a domestic violence.
Look, dude was whooping ass so bad. He came in bloody. We was like, dang, she got you. Like, nah, I was going up and down so hard that my Jesus piece hit my lip and busted my lip. So
he damn near killed her.
So he was like,
how your necklace?
He was like, I gotta go. So he just leave. Police come. So police like, anybody see that fight? And he was like, nah. So he's like, yeah, I know there was a 16-year-old girl. We was like,
oh, she was 16?
Yeah, it was a 16-year-old girl.
Wow.
We didn't
what
even
happened?
know. Nothing happened. This downtown Little Rock, and we in the hood, bro. Shit happening.
Banging and rock.
I got my haircut and went home. That's what happened.
Cops
ain't she changed?
I've been in Little Rock one time, and I did not feel
nothing
safe.
happened. Nothing happened. He was at the barber shop the next week. Still ain't cut nobody.
He's probably there.
He should have been a star.
The moral of the story is that nigga had no touch.
Damn.
But man, I want to ask you
but at the same time though, that's how you know that she took that shit real. Cause at no point she said, "Hey, I'm a girl, nigga." She took that ass whooping like a man.
Hey, I'm
you know
gonna
what I'm saying?
whoop your ass like a nigga.
Yeah, so
that's how she
she
felt.
never said, "Hey,
nigga bitch."
Hey, man, that's how you know. That's how you know it's real to somebody though. Because for real though, she could at any point just be like, "Hey, I'm a girl," and he probably would let up. She never let that come out of her mouth. She thought
to herself, I ain't no girl no more. I'm a dude.
So
I want to.
It's real to them though.
A couple studs get done. They ain't get their teeth knocked out and slammed, but I don't see some studs get handled for trying to act like they're a nigga.
Yeah,
What's up?
No. I want to. Hey, man, is Kobe still a bitch ass nigga?
Kobe, I was a bitch ass nigga, man.
Kobe?
Yeah.
Oh, I
we
know what
going?
this nigga talking about.
Oh, you talking about the shit he said with
what the fuck he
Shaq?
come with this
That
shit?
nigga said he would have had 12 rings if Shaq would have been.
I mean, you still.
We gotta preface this.
How you go back to
Cause
Kobe?
we gotta preface this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Clear that one.
So
That was a good segue though.
That was.
We're gonna go into
Hell,
Boogie after this while we're on the NBA. But go ahead. So.
Let's get into some NBA. We didn't talk about the women. Speaking of the WNBA,
Shout out to the WNBA.
shout out to the WNBA.
I love the WNBA.
Them bitches will dunk on you.
No, bro, like,
And we throw them things, Brittany Griner.
hey, don't think some of the
Brittany
motherfuckers
Griner had that one chick running for her life.
Man, I ain't trying to fight
Nigga,
Brittany
she
Griner. Shit,
ran.
I'm running from her
Reach
ass,
is a
man.
motherfucker.
She
I ain't gonna catch that
ran.
two-piece,
She
bro.
ran, nigga. Like she ran.
She from Acres Home in Houston, bro. She from the north side.
Like, quit playing, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't know that.
She from the north side.
Hey, the verdict still
Skyler?
out, and if she a sheet too.
I ain't know she was.
Skyler is finding the motherfucker.
No. What's the one? What's the one?
What's the one?
Liz
Liz Cambridge. Man. She like 6'8".
Oh, that's the one that you said that day.
Yeah.
You gonna climb that tree?
Man, my girl, listen.
Man.
No comment.
Would you advise that I should climb that tree?
Yes, you should climb that tree. Trust me.
I'm talking about
climb that tree.
all the way up.
Because I would film. No comment. Climb that tree.
Yeah, but
Shelby, climb that tree.
Better show up courtside. You know them seats $18. You be like,
Actually, they 22. They went up to
catch eye contact.
But she like 6'8" though.
I'm
legit 6'8".
Yeah.
Nah, you got.
Hey, we
I'm
all the
around
same
6'1".
height when we lay down.
It might be taller.
Boy, you better preach.
I get to your middle spot, you get to my middle
You
spot.
better preach. But thing is, nigga, when you look back at that foot, that motherfucker gonna be about that goddamn
Hey,
long.
motherfucker be in the bed like
When
this.
you look back at that foot there, you gonna be like, damn, that bitch. This one 14.
Nah, she gonna be fucking you.
What size you? Motherfucker be like, what size?
6 ain't that big. You can't get on
she
top.
Hey,
She gonna be fucking
you know how
you.
your chick, like
She gonna
put
have your legs up.
Nah, I'm 41.
Put your legs up.
Hey, you know how your chick put your slides on?
I'm
and
at
shit?
41. That shit ain't gonna work.
You know how
I'm
your
at
chick,
41.
hey, you know how your chick put your slides on? They gotta run somewhere real quick.
Absolutely.
Her ass putting on your slides like you try to fit in your mama's, like sliding your shit. Like,
Whole back up foot hanging, the back up foot touching the ground.
Shit like you
Little foot ass nigga.
I love your little tall
I
ass.
love your little foot ass.
Your
nigga.
little tall ass.
Look at your little cute sandals.
I ain't never dated a chick taller than me. I
Me
dated
neither.
one the same height, but not taller than
I've
me.
dated
I've dated
one that if
somebody
she
the
put
same
heels on, she was my height.
You be fine to you like
She was like 5. I'm about 6'1". She was about 5'10", 5'9".
I used to wear thicker socks. I used to wear thicker socks. Swear to God.
But now they got the shit you can put in your shoe.
I didn't buy that.
On your heel.
I'm
make you,
6'6", so I ain't do that.
Nigga can't go nowhere for
I
him.
felt that shit.
Cause you know you gotta wear
That
your
shit made
little
y'all feel some type of way.
I mean, shit.
I mean, when you
I don't
used to being
mind.
taller than every
Yeah.
chick that you fuck
I'm used to
with.
being taller than most people in the room.
I don't mind. The hugs are different. Like, you know, you can't little girl hug or, you know, like.
No, we can't
like,
dance.
You can't do that shit. You
How
can't
we
hug around
dancing
her
in my
waist.
arms up here?
You know,
We dancing in my arms around your
man,
knee.
Really, if you short,
She grabbing your waist.
She pull you in closer.
You gotta fuck her back on your
if you
tiptoes.
short, you got
running?
a tall chick.
Why you
She
running,
need to know
man?
she
You
a
know you
trophy
want
type.
this.
Hey,
She a
bro.
trophy.
But you gotta, to really get away with anything over a 2-inch difference, you gotta be rich.
Yep.
Like, you
Kevin
couldn't
Hart.
be Kevin Hart.
you could just have a
be
big
regular
dick.
nigga,
You took the
bro.
words out of my mouth.
big dick.
You could just have a big dick.
Nah, but don't nobody know that.
She know that.
Nigga,
She
like,
know
they
that.
like, this nigga look
But
crazy.
they got to get to
And you
it,
gonna walk
though.
around like this, and the chest gonna be out.
She got to get to the point of knowing it, because all she going to see is a little bitty nigga.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Have you ever seen, like, I've come to a conclusion. I've realized, like, you know how they say, like, thicker women love skinny niggas. I've come to that conclusion.
Skinny niggas like
Yeah.
big ass women.
It's
And
a
the
fit.
skinny niggas love
Big women.
thicker women.
It's a fit. It's a fit.
Let's just
It's
say
like,
big
it's like
women,
two fucking
not thick,
puzzle
big.
pieces.
They like big women.
Yeah.
He said
Go put a fucking puzzle together. You're not gonna get the big
You
piece.
can't
Put it
get,
with a
put
big
two
thing.
big
Little
pieces.
piece and a big piece. The medium and the medium. That shit gotta make sense.
Bruce said it. What the fuck I'm gonna do with another big woman? What the fuck
Y'all
we gonna
just
do?
gonna
Watch a
be-
workout tape together?
I do look at that shit. Be like, I
Nigga,
wonder
Bruce
what
said
that's
we're gonna
like.
watch a workout tape together.
Bruh, I promise you, when I was in Cancun a few weeks ago, it was a group of black chicks, thick, brother. Only thing they wanted was the little niggas. Swear to God, I'm talking about
flip them
I'm
niggas.
talking about some. They was up on them.
It's 100 degrees. What the fuck they gonna do with a big
With
nigga?
another
Hey, she
big
picking
nigga.
your ass up, giving you
Both of
head.
them ain't fit in the hot
you gonna do with another nigga? Exactly.
You been Cancun.
She got your ass up on the ceiling like that.
Bruh.
Watch the goddamn
Yeah.
fan, man.
Who going
Cut
to get
that
the
fan
food?
off.
Yeah. I was
Cut
like,
that fan out.
One of them gotta say stop eating.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, man, I ain't gonna
You ain't
lie,
bullshit.
man.
Why are we on the NBA?
No, that's
But
what I was.
we never really got to the Kobe thing though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
I know
right,
we got a
that's right.
preface. So we gonna this last
Kobe
20
still throwing
minutes,
shots at.
we gonna cover some NBA drama.
Shaq been talking shit too.
First thing, like this nigga Kobe, you know that nigga refuses to allow him and Shaq to be BFFs.
You ain't bullshit.
Cause Shaq had said we good, you know I fucks with him. You know,
And Kobe the one that snitched.
he even said he the greatest Laker. Shaq said that shit, bro.
I'm like,
Kobe,
Yeah,
Kobe ain't
yeah,
the greatest
Shaq-
Laker though.
No, Shaq
Magic
said
Johnson is the
that, like
greatest
you know, no, Shaq
Kareem
said
Abdul-Jabbar,
that.
bro.
Kareem. Yeah, Kareem.
But I said all that to say, like, Shaq, you know, Kobe comes out and throws Shaq under the bus again. He does this shit like every 5 years. You know what I'm
this
saying?
time, when you talk,
he hot about this
the
shit,
issue
though.
I had
Kobe ain't
with
got
it-
shit to do.
But the issue I had with it is
Count money.
you and IT, we all done been IT. it was like he's sitting around. He wasn't sitting around their own culture. He's sitting around another culture, doing somewhat like a TED talk, talking about your brother. You said like that's the thing that I had. Like, you know what I'm saying? They sitting there. He said, he like, I tell him this in his face. You know what I'm saying? But well,
shit, social media, he is telling him in his face.
Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah. But you shouldn't be that comfortable. But you shouldn't be that comfortable to put your quote unquote your brother under the bus like that.
Like you gotta look, and I keep saying this self-affirmation. Like, shit, they were talking about he was gaining weight. Motherfucker had already he 3 rings.
Man,
the greatest center.
Shaq was the most dominant motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? And you want to critique this man.
I mean, goddamn, look at him from the beginning to the end. Hell yeah, he gained weight.
He was going to
all gain weight. The older you get, you gon' gain weight.
Bitch, you been gaining weight since freshman 15. Fuck you talking about?
I think
Kobe Bryant face fat now. Nigga, you gaining weight now that you ain't playing.
But one thing people don't realize about Kobe is a loner.
Yeah.
And he'll Kobe
he grew up in France, man.
Yeah, he grew up in France.
Watch them videos with the team when he talking shit to everybody.
When he got to they talk about when he got to Philly, he went to school and he didn't fit in. He didn't know any of the slang. He didn't know, like, you gotta think. So like he literally enveloped himself like in basketball because of the chip on his shoulder of a social chip.
A social extrovert, yeah.
And like, so you gotta think the NBA culture, especially now, that's a small circle. So there's a lot of people that came up through the circuit together, and so they cool. So they like, man, this nigga's a weirdo. We about to go kick it in. And so you like, look at LeBron. LeBron is a person that includes a lot of people. He's very inclusive.
Yep.
Kobe is the complete opposite. And so with Shaq, he's the complete opposite. I'm a social person. I'm a big kid. I actually enjoy the merits of my work. You know what I'm saying? Kobe was somebody who was so tunnel vision, and that's what drove him. That's what made him great. But Shaq was like, shit, I'm going to be great, but, man, I'm going to enjoy this shit.
I'm going to kick it, too.
Yeah.
But they came from 2 different backgrounds, though, because, Kobe's daddy was a pro. You know what I'm saying? Chill O'Neal was, like, home to home, you know what I'm saying? Broke all his life. You know what
he grew up in a family home, but his mama babied him. Like, he said himself, my mama let me do, like, his mom was strict, first of all. So when you grow up strict, grew up, he grew up on a military base in San Antonio. Right. He moved a lot, so like you said, he had to make friends, and so I'm rich. I'm a Laker,
and he like 6'8" in the 6th grade.
Yeah, so I was awkward. So I just basically like once I started being celebrated for being Shaq, it's like enjoy being Shaq. Yeah. Kobe never really enjoyed being Kobe.
I don't think he still enjoy being Kobe.
Right.
I don't think he'll ever relax. It's not in him.
Yeah, exactly.
Take that nigga to Pine Bluff. Be all right.
Hey, one time he tried to relax, he caught a charge, so you know.
and then snitched his way out of it.
Oh yeah, man. No, like I remember. You remember that nigga threw Shaq under the bus about cheese?
Yeah.
But you know,
I should have paid him off like Shaq did.
But you know,
and I know we're gonna touch on Booby, but you made a good point about like, who are we to judge when it's time for them to say, hey, we don't want to do this no more, because it's all just a game?
Like Andrew Luck?
Yeah, Andrew Luck. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And
Zeke's gonna do it.
Zeke's
gonna do it. That's why Zeke's gonna do it.
But we do that to celebrities, period.
And Grunk even came out. He's like, man, I don't feel it.
Down.
Man, dude said he was in pain for 4 years straight.
4 years straight, bro.
You talking about Andrew Luck?
Yeah, 4 years
look
straight.
Look at it like this.
He had like some injury that didn't heal right.
Because you got to look at it like this. The way we do it with athletes, we do it with celebrities, where we basically burn them out. It's like we have expectations for greatness without even thinking about like what it takes to become great at anything. And so when you basically have to entertain somebody and live for somebody else's affirmation, it's like you burn out on it. Like, you know how lonely it is to be in rehab as Andrew Luck for 4 years?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you rehab in that lonely, dark night.
Had a full prescription.
Like, and then I got to come and perform like ain't nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a different type of pressure.
You get celebrated in that moment, but then you got to go back to that darkness by yourself.
Like, people, he didn't even, and he didn't touch on this, but he didn't even, like, he retiring, and like, you was the comeback player last year. Like, you balled out, but you got to take a step back. He didn't feel none of it.
He wasn't healthy.
It's just like, bro.
And like another thing, though, you getting celebrated by people you don't know.
Right.
So it don't really mean as much to you.
But they think they know you.
Yeah.
But I think they giving the fans. I think all right, yes, the fans were selfish in that moment, but I think they don't. I blame Adam Schefter, punk ass, because he the only person he the one that announced that.
Yeah.
Everybody, it was rumors, but he announced it during the game, and people looking at their phone, and they like, why?
Downfall of social media.
Right. It wasn't no why behind
it. But they who's that quarterback now? What's his name?
Kobe Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett.
His guy.
Right.
Yeah.
His guy.
Right.
They actively looking for another quarterback.
He was.
He all right, but man, when you can throw a ball, you can't throwing a ball. Period. Baseball.
That's not all it is.
I mean, no.
There's a lot of niggas that can throw a ball.
Andrew Luck was something special. Like
that's
he
what
is
I'm
something
saying.
special.
Jamarcus Russell can throw a ball.
He's 70 yards on his knees, right?
But that nigga want to sit ball.
Nah, he 2H.
He want to sit ball with
He
Fountain.
was bar baby.
He want to flat pineapple and codeine.
But the touch on the pressure of the injuries, because I want to touch on the DeMarcus Cousins situation.
Yeah, man.
And so it's layers to that situation.
Oh, yeah. It is, man.
Because first off, I want to start on the surface. If you haven't heard, DeMarcus Cousins, was recorded by his son's mother. Basically threatening her, saying he'll put a bullet in her head because she wouldn't allow his 7-year-old son, to attend his wedding. And so the first thing I want to say is to add context to the situation. It's a high pressure situation. The reason I say that, his wedding's coming up. It's a big day for him. You want your son to be a part of it?
Absolutely.
Of course, that's your seed. You know what I'm saying? You want him to stand next to you. Who wouldn't? Then you have to deal with the pressure though of losing potentially $160 to $200 million due to injury.
They said it was gonna be about $500. Like he probably would have got.
But that was with the.
If he would never got his original injury, he was going to get a big ass contract.
I'm just saying, like
max deal.
He would have got max deal. I'm talking
3
about
years
like
ago,
just that one deal because he was supposed to be he was a free agent when he got hurt.
Yeah.
And then he was a free agent again and got hurt when he was supposed to have his 1 year with the Lakers to show he was healthy. So you lose that, then you're dealing with your career being in jeopardy because you didn't got injured again. The frustration. You got to think. A lot of times we forget these athletes and these celebrities have stuff that they deal with in their everyday lives, just like we do. Mm-hmm. At a higher point because we're dealing with bigger stakes. You feel what I'm saying?
Everyday people.
And so, like, and D-Boy, he can attest to this. Having a co-parent, you have to have some type of. They always say, watch who you have kids with, good or bad.
Yep. Absolutely.
And I just feel like, first of all, any conversation, anytime we having to record somebody and we are supposed to be co-parenting, I know we.
I mean, you already know what she was on by that in itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's marrying somebody else, and not her.
I don't even think that's all it is. I think it's more the fact that she just basically wanted to have that shit over his head because.
True.
No,
using
but
the baby as a pawn.
It's deeper than that though, because if he would have had recording her talking about her putting a bullet in his head, it wouldn't have meant shit.
It wouldn't have been a damn thing.
Nah,
Not a damn
you know what I'm
thing.
saying?
Wouldn't went nowhere.
Dads,
Crazy.
we get the short end of the stick when it comes to that.
Well, I mean, obviously, I think the Justice Department they ain't filing charges right now.
That's exactly why I said that, because as a woman, and people talk about how Shiver is dead. It's not dead. It's just in the hands of the government now. You know what I'm saying? The government got Shivery now. You know what I'm saying?
But ultimately, it's up to the woman to put the man in the middle. A lot of these women got to put the man in the middle.
I like how the police hasn't responded yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they just gonna let it.
It's not the police are not gonna. What she does, she is trying to get a restraining order. But I will say no, because she has a restraining order. The reason they say, like they say, it was a previous domestic violence disputes before. So once that starts, once you on paper, once that track record, they go into it.
So
the other thing is too, depending on where that was recorded at, it might not be legal for her to record it. Like, you got to have either one or two party consent in certain states.
Yeah,
so we got to see the details. But
but it's
D-Boy, you wanted to cover.
If there was some domestic violence shit that went on in the past with him and her, definitely not condoning that shit at all.
Nah,
but. What the fuck does that have to do with the baby? He ain't with you no more. So apparently you ain't going through that shit no more. He was somebody else. He done moved on, finna get married. And I'm sure that I'm sure that what he pays every month to her, she's living a pretty good lifestyle.
Don't get me started on that child support shit.
Nigga, you really don't want to get me started because I pay a mortgage every month. And I do so much more, and I've never tripped on that.
Hell no.
See, I don't want to say like I got all these kids out of it because I don't, but trust me, it's real.
Oh yeah.
And again, I've never complained. It's a good amount of money.
My kid better be eating sushi every day.
but see, thing is, it goes back to what Source said earlier.
Motherfucking sheets every night.
It goes back to what Source just said. You got to make sure who you have kids with, because I don't mind paying it every month because I know that money is going to a good place. I know my ex-wife is a real one, and she ain't using that money to go take care of herself or do all that shit. So that's why
that's why it goes back to watch who you have kids.
Watch who you have kids with.
You see the fruits of what you putting in.
Exactly.
But that's why it always goes back to watch who you have kids with. You
can't just have kids with anybody, because I always say, motherfuckers say they got baby mama drama. There's only 3 reasons: you still fucking with her, you ain't taking care of your kid, or you knew she was crazy before you had a baby with her.
And those
are the 3 reasons that you're gonna have baby mama drama. Period. So going back to DeMarcus Cousins, I think she's being very fucking vindictive because, for one, I think that's wrong with a lot of situations now. And I ain't gonna say every woman who has a baby by a man who don't want to be with no more is vindictive. I'm not saying that, because there's a lot of women who be like, oh wait, he don't want to be with me no more. Okay, I'll move on with my life. But there are a lot of women that are vindictive because the man don't want to be with them no more, so they use that baby as a pawn. You could hear it in her voice when she was like, he ain't coming. That's vindictive type of shit. Yeah. A grown-ass woman would have been like, you know what? We'll talk about this later. Because you heard her tell him, go shoot your shot. Yeah. Apparently, she was out with the little boy. They was having a little time. That wasn't the point. If she was like, I ain't going to say I don't know. I mean, she got a bad taste in my mouth. But a real motherfucker would have been like, we'll talk about this later. Me and your son is out. We at Chuck E. Cheese or wherever the fuck.
I mean,
but he's not coming.
It don't matter.
No. She knew by saying that to him, because he said,
it was gonna set him
I'm gonna ask you one more time.
So when
and it's gonna go
that,
to another level.
But you got to think, she know how to push them.
Yeah, she know how to. And most women know your child. Because
of course,
as black men,
I'm not excusing the threat he said.
Me neither.
But I know how somebody can get pushed to their limit.
See, that's what I'm saying though, because once he go to that level, it's all about what he did. It's not about what she did. But you got a woman who's recording him and then basically
but why would you even be recording him though?
That's what I'm saying.
That ain't even no co-parenting shit. Why would you even be recording him?
You recording him, right? And then you instigated him into doing this, and then you're like, nah, I got you. You know what I'm saying? So she basically a goddamn predator at this point.
And that's something I don't give a fuck about, because I will say this one thing about my ex-wife.
She fucking up the bag. She's willing to fuck up the bag to get a point across.
My ex-wife,
she ain't fucking up the bag.
And we have a type of relationship to where she ain't gonna cause.
It's gonna be different, but she's still gonna get her bag.
It ain't the same. You trying, because this nigga hurt and dealing with this shit. Yeah. It's real, like it could get real iffy real quick.
It could get iffy real quick.
If he get any type of domestic violence charge, then it's gonna come with a suspension with whatever
team
already, he get back to.
So he might not even be. Ain't nobody gonna be in a rush to hire somebody that had a domestic violence dispute that was public. If anything comes out and then you injured. Man,
but see, he got one of them ones that he got to strictly go to the courts. He got to go to the courts with her. Like, I got to make the courts tell you got to send me my son on these weeks. And that's bullshit.
You got to realize he already had like a bad reputation as far as being a hothead anyway. You know what I'm saying? So,
but think about it.
So the media going to be like, aha, I told you.
And she knew that shit too. That's why she's
But see, think about it.
Easily sell it.
Yeah.
I done been a hothead. Sometimes still get a hothead. But guess what? When it come to my kids,
let's be honest. And I think this is all we saying is, she knew he was at his lowest point, and she just added more fuel to the
ice.
That's the vindictive part.
She kicked him when he was down.
Yeah,
she preyed on it. She's a predator. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, and I think that and as a human, she ain't had no morals. Maybe he scorned her. Maybe
because she know that nigga ain't gonna do that shit, bro.
She know that.
You can tell the way he said it. Like they had these type of they fucking fight.
They from the same hometown. You can tell they do
that shit all the time, right?
But the thing is, okay, so I found
out we talk like this.
I found out that she dates Jimmy Ward, play
see
DB.
And that's another thing.
So she a Jersey,
but they all went to the same high school.
Oh, okay.
Him, Jimmy Ward, and her, they all went to the same high school.
Yeah.
Who's that chick that had Blake Griffin?
So they pretty much said it's deeper than what you realize. Like, this ain't new chick. This somebody he been with.
But he was just basically on some, I want to see my son.
No, but what I'm saying is but it had,
I see what you're saying.
like, she know him at a different level when you literally seen him from middle school, high school, all the way up. You know exactly.
She know everything.
She know what
man.
button to push.
Yeah.
And so that's the scary part.
One of my exes still know that shit. Like,
but the kid is the main button, boy.
Like,
that kid is the main.
Up and I'm back.
But see, think about it. When you got a kid with a chick like that's the ultimate button is your child. Yeah. Especially when you want to be in your child's life and they feel like, oh, he's already with me, so that's the ultimate button because you'll lose it.
Yeah.
I've been there with my oldest daughter, mom, because we had her at a young age. I mean, my ex-wife, I grew up, I was older. But when my oldest daughter was born, I was 17. So in my 20s, when going through that with her mom, I was young, so I was still a hothead. Yeah. And she knew how to push my button.
Right.
It will come down to my child. It ain't about you. It's about my baby.
Once she figured that out, like,
exactly.
now I know how to get
So I had to get older and be like, okay, I can't show my hand. Right. I can't show my cards. You know what I'm saying? I can't. It's bad.
You have to be more.
You have to be the bigger adult.
You have to be tactical.
But it takes a lot to be the bigger adult because it's like, damn, why the fuck? I don't call you. I don't cause you no harm. You say you moved on, but as soon as I want to see my baby, apparently, and now you got social media, so you can see me out living my best life. Done moved on now, and that really makes sense
because you ain't posting none of your bad shit on social media. You ain't posting
date night. Hashtag date night, nigga.
You ain't posting hashtag flat tire.
I'm over eating I'm over eating Tostitos and you in Paris.
That nigga missing his weekend to go kick it with a bitch.
I got one burning issue.
You in Paris with that bitch.
Y'all ain't talked about yet. Like, speaking of social media, like how y'all feel about like what Jay-Z's doing and Cap. And
I didn't know if we was gonna bring it up again because we talked about that, but you know I want to talk about this.
There's been layers to that. So,
but you gotta frame it. Think about this.
Yeah, we can definitely end the show on this shit.
Think about this. The fact that I work for a company, I sue my company. That company decides to award me my money. It ain't much, but I get awarded some money. So we come to an agreement that somebody fucked up in this.
Right.
So why the fuck you think this company gonna hire me back? Nigga, no, you done.
Yeah.
It's my option to hire you back.
But this is what
you were the face of a business.
But this is what I got. This is what I said last week.
Hold on, I gotta before you say that they not a business like that though. They individual businesses.
Exactly.
True.
Each player's an entity.
True.
Because they come with a brand attached.
Yeah.
And the thing I was like, look at it like this. It's a difference because your company really doesn't tie to your pub. Like you've been a DJ, your company don't really tie to that. But say you are
shit.
No, I know they can see it, but what I'm saying is like they wouldn't be like, okay, the NFL, if your views are said even outside the NFL's forum, your platform is so big, you are like, say your business has a page of 100,000 people that follow.
Okay, yeah.
Each individual in that entity has that same following.
Right.
So they have a sway of a community of people. So if they in there talking reckless, beating, I think Ray Rice got put out the league because at the end of the day,
the publicity of it, like
the publicity. So
but
why was his? But why was it public? Because
he was a nobody,
he's Ray Rice.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you was to do something, if I was to do something, we are an individual. Right. But if he was to do that, that's Ray Rice. Everybody knows that's Ray Rice. His brand, the brand against him, will be so strong because people will know that you fucked up. Like anytime your fuck up is public, because look at it like this: if Kaepernick was putting up numbers like Patrick Mahomes when he had Neil, you really think he wouldn't be in the league right now?
That nigga had just went to the Super Bowl.
Well,
he went to the Super. No.
I think they will put. I think they'll put
Mahomes
out.
No, he lost his job. First of all, you got to think he was injured 2 years in a row.
Yeah,
true.
He was injured 2 years in a row. He lost his job twice. Before he started kneeling, he lost his job twice. I'm giving real. We're gonna be real here, okay?
No, I'm definitely with you on that point.
So like at the end of the day, we're not gonna act like he was putting up numbers when he started kneeling. I'm not saying he started kneeling because he was always like, because you got to think when he was at the height, he was headphones at back was back. I'm a capper to the T.
Yeah,
I'm a pretty boy. When he was starting, but you got to think You know, people come in situations, they meet other people, they open their mind up to new things. That's cool and everything. At the end of the day, your game slips because your body started getting hurt. You know, once you get banged up, because he had a physical style. At the end of the day, who is going to bring on a backup who's not guaranteed to even touch the field?
That's gonna have a lot of notoriety. Like he's gonna be in the
yeah.
Like if they losing, they're gonna be like, well, camera on cap.
That's a good point. I get that. I never thought about it that way. I get that.
Now, the thing that I don't like is that you still letting these privileged ass motherfuckers come out of retirement.
You know how easy it is to slide Brett Osweiler.
No, you know what?
I mean, hold on. Knowledge, that's a good point.
At the end of the game, they ain't gonna be like,
that's a good point that you said.
Let me say this too. You can't sit there and say, okay, we like men, we like leaders, we want people who go out there and want to make a difference. And then when somebody do that, say, oh no, he too much of a distraction. We got to put him off the team. No, you don't want men and you don't want leaders then.
They don't.
You want somebody
who
NFL
has you
somebody who want to follow.
At the end of the day, the NFL ain't never been built on that. So people don't, you got to realize.
Same thing about when they say, please ask questions, and then when you ask questions, they like.
You know what the NFL reminds me of?
That's the only influence that they can control.
Do you know what the NFL reminds me of? Because they always say protect the shit.
Yeah.
That reminds me so much of law enforcement.
And that's my thing.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It always reminds me of law enforcement because at the end of the day, the shield is bigger than.
They're gonna protect themselves.
Yep. So they're protecting themselves from the inside out. When CTE came, all of that. They got doctors that work with them to basically say ain't nothing wrong with them. It's like it's a whole.
But we got to get back. We got to get back to the J side of it.
Hold on, I just want to say this. Did anybody pay attention to Roger Goodell doing that whole interview?
He didn't say.
Go back to
fucking words.
He didn't say shit.
He didn't say two fucking words in that Jay-Z press conference.
He didn't even look at Jay-Z
because the thing is,
he was like this.
And let's get back to
no
Jay-Z.
emotion in this.
Let's get back to the Jay-Z side of it.
But I'm saying this, okay? So it goes to this. It goes to this point right here. The NFL is always trying to leverage and pivot at any time it's a discourse against his name.
Right.
So
about that money.
The thing with Jay-Z is Jay-Z has always been somebody I feel like is always a few steps ahead of everybody when we get the news. The reason I say that because he's normally moving behind the scenes and then you see what's about to come out. Like the Samsung thing, I remember, that was in the works years before we actually hit. And so I say all that to say, I don't mind giving him the benefit of the doubt. My problem is this. With the NFL, I feel like the NFL is always going to have some type of way to make sure it's the one.
And I feel like the NFL is using
they the house
it's
like the casino.
I feel like they're using
the house like
it's the casino.
I feel like they're using Jay. And I'm not saying Jay's like a lot of motherfuckers jumped on Jay. I don't feel like Jay's intention is wrong. I know he's getting his bag or whatever, but
like
I'm
when
not
he was
saying
with Brooklyn, like when he was with Brooklyn using them.
He got used. Motherfucking NFL is using Jay-Z
because the Russians. Now you want to talk about like the Russians use Jay-Z to build that market in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
they bought a lot of real estate.
It ain't even the Russians.
They talk about the shit out of.
But it ain't even the Russians. That shit was.
He made his money, but.
Jay is a capitalist. He's not an activist.
The only thing I was like, the only thing about that whole interview,
can't be both.
That Jay-Z, I heard Jay-Z use words like, we're gonna take this as an action item. We're gonna do. I like, you been in boardrooms meeting and stuff. But
see, Jay-Z fucked me up when he said it ain't about kneeling.
No.
That's what fucked me up.
We moved past kneeling.
Like when he talking,
but I get what he was saying.
But this man risked his whole career.
He talking all of that. What I'm saying is he talking all of that, and at the same time, I'm looking at Roger Goodell. Because I'm like, it's billionaires and billionaires, and he works for the owners.
Right.
So he's sitting there, and Jay-Z had this big platform, right? And everybody like, it was Jay-Z and it's Roger Goodell and Charlemagne, and I'm looking at everybody, and he, Jay-Z talking, man, this is how Roger Goodell was doing this the whole time.
He didn't say two words.
Because he knows this is a ploy. He doesn't agree with it. He's a figurehead.
Well,
I do not want to lose their culture completely. I got to bring Jay-Z in.
The thing is, what is the large majority of his players?
Black.
They black.
What music do they play at the games?
our shit. In the pre-games, they
So
play
you
rap
know
shit.
you have to be able to integrate.
That's my whole
Rock
point.
Nation
they are
is
using
Rock
Jay-Z,
Nation
man.
has a lot of clients, high-end
They're
clients.
trying to keep that little bit.
And so
of
the
influence
thing
that they
is,
have.
it's like it's like
They got to.
the NFL players, but the thing is, this is the problem, and they've touched on previous podcasts. Is this is the only thing that's kind of frustrating. In the manner of all of this, we never hear from Colin Kaepernick.
Nope.
So he leaves us guessing on what
We hear from his girl.
No, but it's like you
She
kind
let
of
us
leave.
know.
It kind of leaves you guessing like what's the next move, because we mad at Jay-Z for taking a step one way, but we don't know.
But it's like
we're prematurely
Do you think,
mad at
do you
Jay-Z.
think the
'Cause we
NFL
don't
put a
know the
gag
end
order in that?
outcome.
No,
I'm talking about when they paid him that money.
No.
Do you think they
the
put a
reason
gag
they
order?
did, though, yeah,
Because he ain't said shit.
He can't talk about
He
the
ain't
case.
said anything
But
since he
I don't.
took.
No, but he hasn't.
Who?
But he hasn't even
Colin
said.
Kaepernick.
He
From
hasn't,
the NFL or
He
from
can't
Nike?
talk about the case.
No,
though.
He didn't get shit from the NFL.
He didn't really get nothing from the NFL.
It was pennies.
It was like
you
$8
really
million.
think he took
Yeah.
a gag?
It was
order,
backpack.
like, for them little bit of
Real back pay.
Like he
But
ain't
see,
take no gag order.
we gotta-
for
Give
me
the
that.
backpack.
But he can't talk about the case.
But see,
I
my
ain't about to
thing
talk about what he wanna
is,
talk
our thing is, like, my whole problem was we're
we
so
got a
quick
gag
to
order.
ordain somebody to say, oh, he.
Yeah, but
Jay-Z is a spokesman for all black people. No, fuck that. Then it was like, oh, he's gonna get a part ownership. NFL shut that rumor down the next
Hey,
day.
man.
Yeah.
That's how them motherfuckers let
And
you.
that's what I was
That's how
like,
they let
so
us
what
know.
is he getting?
Niggas don't get too comfortable. We're gonna let you know he'll never be an owner.
hey man, but
That's how
y'all
cocky
know
these
what I thought.
motherfuckers is. Well, hold on, Flynn. So do y'all think they really finna let this nigga? He might sit at the table, but do you think he gonna eat at the same plate as these NFL owners?
No, not right now.
What I say when we was
never
at
will.
Corners that day.
Once you let one of us in,
He got a. He got a.
I don't want to sound like the dude
NHL.
that's hating because I want. If he does have a good agenda, I
love to see
want
that.
it.
I mean,
I love to see.
But Jay-Z is not finna come into the NFL and stop
I'm saying.
cops from choking out.
Jay-Z.
I just seen a video earlier where the cops choked out a dude and then tried to wake him up.
man,
I mean,
there was a
but
cop
the
got
Jay-Z
off
ain't
it,
finna
and he-
change that shit.
But the NFL can't stop that shit.
But do you know what's
can't
gonna stop
break
that shit? And I'll keep saying it. Affect their money or shed their blood too. And I'm not condoning violence, but I'm just saying the only time we gonna see change is when we get in their pockets or we shed their blood like they shedding our blood.
because
period.
You get to putting that propaganda.
These
out there.
marches
FBI
and all this shit we doing,
No.
that's not going because these motherfuckers sitting at
I
the
agree.
table like, I don't give a fuck about what these marches they doing. Colin Kaepernick can take a stance and fucking our own, well, I ain't gonna say our, they president called the fucking players sons of bitches.
Yeah,
And
like,
then nobody say nothing. So like, and again, I'll say it one more time. The only way we gonna see change is if when we affect their money
But do you go to
or we
that
shed their
extreme?
motherfucking blood too.
Well,
Man,
But we're
I'ma
not going to
say
go
this.
to as a people. We're not because
you
we
know what that takes?
Jay-Z
We're
is
trained
that
differently
take-
now.
Jay-Z
We've been
is
trained.
1 billionaire going up against 32 billionaires.
No,
Ain't it what,
and
32
he
teams?
just got a billionaire. Them niggas is
Hey, is
multi-billionaires.
it 32 teams? It's 32
But-
teams.
but-
Jordan tried to be a part owner. He been a billionaire.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this.
They
The only
said
thing
no.
about
Well,
He
hold
too
on,
dark.
we're talking.
He too
like I
dark.
said though, the NFL, you can't expect the NFL to change the fucking world. They play football. This
Exactly.
is what these niggas do.
And
They
that's-
just play
exactly.
football.
But we give them that much power.
Okay, but two things why they brought Jay-Z into that. Because it's finna be another football league. So what if Jay-Z was joining that league? You know what I'm saying? It gave them list pub. So they brought somebody in. Cause, I mean, I'm just saying, because it happened with the NBA.
You don't want it to.
Yeah,
You don't
you
want
know
it to
what I'm saying?
impede on you.
Clem,
Between
another thing
this,
that you ain't paying attention to, it's a lot of 100 millionaires invest into soccer teams in the U.S.
Yeah,
and it's
true.
coming up big. It's
yeah,
coming
that line.
like it's a like
Soccer,
low,
that shit
like
is blowing
it's like I'm going to Dallas FC,
Yeah,
man. It
soccer
be
in the US is
lit,
blowing
man.
up.
Like I went to
Nigga,
one
my girl
game,
live by
they
FC
sick-
Dallas
They
shit.
sick
Little
like
league
bro,
football is down
listen,
everywhere.
wide receivers and tight ends out there. That's all it is.
But
But the thing is, you
That's
got
real
players
talking
that
about it.
retiring early now.
yeah, another thing is the NFL is run by a bunch of out of touch old men.
Yep.
Right.
You know what?
Absolutely,
And-
absolutely.
Out of touch that wanna touch.
And to go a point farther, I would say Jay-Z is down there out of touch old man too.
But think
Hold
about
on.
it.
I totally agree.
Hold on.
I
Let
totally
me finish.
agree.
Because you remember when he said we moved past from kneeling. You know what I thought about when he said I'm gonna shut down auto-tune. How did that shit work? You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is auto-tuning to this day.
Auto-tune like a
You know what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying.
You ain't gonna stop out of
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Travis Scott still out of there. That nigga
That
got he
nigga
got a
auto-tuned
cult
himself
following.
to
And I fuck with Travis Scott.
$100 million and $1 billion.
I fuck
What?
with Travis.
How long ago was that when he said that shit though? You remember?
About
Y'all
10
remember
years
that
ago.
shit?
About 15.
Yeah, that's about 15 years ago. It's early 2000s. With T-Pain.
Yeah. He
Niggas
was
need
like,
to give T-Pain.
yeah.
Man,
I think overall, I don't want to say that, you know, he was a sucker, this and this. My perspective on that was, that was the first time I ever saw Jay-Z vulnerable. Like it was like he was just being like the corporate Sean Carter, and think because you know how you always want yarn that seat at the table. To me, it was like that was his seat. That was his time to be like, I'm at the seat of the table. I'm at the big hill.
And you knew Dame Dash was coming right up.
Oh, that nigga Dame Dash said we all. That nigga said we all knew Jay-Z ain't shit.
Jay-Z wasn't shit. He ain't been shit since
I nigga couldn't wait, motherfucker. I told y'all ass.
I'm like, you still?
But I'm Dame Dash and I'm selling cups. So if you want to buy some cups from Dame Dash,
I'm like, damn, Dame.
But he ain't shit.
You still can't be mad.
He went all the way back to backdoor.
You still can't be mad, Dame. God damn, Dame, shit.
Hey, nigga.
Dang, you knew Dave was gonna have an interview pop up soon as that nigga.
you knew it.
As soon as he saw Jay-Z, he started doing his dance. He had that champagne bottle.
I nigga remember. He remember this pop.
Hey,
you know you gonna call him.
Hey, on that, but you do know the story about that, right? He the one that lobbied for. He wanted to be the president of Def Jam. He the one that was like, I want to be the president. I want to be the president. What happened was they were like, well, we selling it. What happened was they were selling it, and then they said we're gonna sell Rockefeller. But at the same time, Kevin Lyles and them and all of them was like, well, we want Jay to be the president because he got a better brand.
It stemmed around Lil Cohen.
Yeah,
Lil Cohen played both.
Yeah, like
he played both sides.
Yep, he played both sides. But it's like he really wanted the job and was doing.
He got in J.E. and told him, "You can be so much greater without Rockefeller. You are the talent. Everything revolves around you. You don't need Dame." Jay,
he damn sure did.
I think Jay came into the game late, so it ain't like Jay was some young dude. Like Jay was on some. I'm about to boss up on these motherfuckers, and they always use the meme where after he had brought Michael Jackson on at Summer Jam, and then everybody was in the back. And Dame all in the video like yeah King of Pop nigga, and Jay like
damn nigga,
like, and everybody like this was the moment he knew. I can't fuck with these clown ass.
Hey, so no.
Well, sometimes you gotta do that.
I don't knock Jay for that. I don't knock Jay for that.
He did an interview in The Source, and another thing that messed it up when he signed Cameron and made him vice president. And he said he was in Afghanistan, Argentina somewhere.
At all. That nigga brought all Harlem
and was
in
like, how you vice president? Didn't nobody talk to me? It was like those subliminals. And then on the Black Album when he said, hey, dang, you remember when we had that old fucked up accountant and this and this? He was throwing, like, Jay throws shots like a motherfucker.
But he throw him in the dark. You gotta go look for him.
You gotta
like, because I would have never put that shit.
It's very subliminal.
Yeah.
It's very subliminal.
Niggas like that make you want to shoot them.
Right. And that,
when you gotta dig and you be like,
it's two niggas that know
you be in your car by yourself and then finally
like,
click to you, be like, you know, I'm gonna kill this nigga.
Did this nigga just low key?
like,
I wonder why these motherfuckers was laughing at me last night. Finally just dawned on me, I'm gonna kill this nigga.
But yeah, man, like, I feel like we lived up to our name this show.
We damn sure. Shelby, man, you gotta let them know where you at this weekend before you get out of here.
Yeah,
man.
what's up? What's the weekend? How many times you spend?
Even though this come out Monday, tell them
I need to go check you out. Man. I gotta come check your spin.
If you're on YouTube though, you can check it out though.
No doubt.
Man, I'm everywhere this weekend, like for real. So Friday, tomorrow's Friday. But by the time y'all hear this, maybe it be gone. I'm at Level on Friday night with DJ Bruce. Saturday, I'm back at Level again. So if you ain't had enough of me, bring your ass back.
All right.
Day party.
You know what I'm saying? Day party. Day party gonna be crazy. I know
you
the day
spending
party.
at the day party?
Yeah.
No doubt.
Okay.
6 to 9.
6 to 9.
I ain't even make the game, so I'm gonna be watching online or something.
You ain't gonna miss no.
Okay.
I know.
I'm fucking with you.
I know.
You know my cousin went to TCU. He get Hall of Fame on the 21st. Shout out to my kinfolk Shannon.
That's
big. He going to the Hall of Fame. Yeah,
that's big.
TCU Hall of Fame.
And then Sunday.
Then Sunday is like my premiere. You're gonna see me at Kitchen 311 downtown. Then after that, we in Deep Ellum with Chef Kev at the day party over there. So it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
2-day party Sunday. I'm gonna rock with you.
Come
Sunday.
eat with me, then come drink with me.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck with you Sunday.
Sunday gonna be like Sunday Fun Day Dallas is gonna be lit.
$5 Crown and Downs. I don't know how he pulled that shit off, but $5
Which
Crown
one?
and Downs.
The brunch?
$5 Crown and Downs.
So come eat the good brunch, and then follow me over to Chef Kev's. We in Deep Ellum.
Absolutely.
Man, you the only DJ I know in Nightcrawler play some Kanye. So I love it.
Hey, Nightcrawler's my guy.
Shout out.
But hey,
man, and shout out to everybody. You know, that's what I always love about it, man. Like in Dallas, it seems like a little pocket of people that everybody.
Yeah, it's a melting pot here. Man.
Hey, Stephanie got the Stallion weekend. I wonder how that's gonna look this week.
Yeah, shout out to Sydney, man.
I'm gonna slide over there.
Shout out to Sydney. You know, I feel like she gonna, you know, she always throw a good event. You know, they always in there deep.
I want to see
always
Stallion.
in there. They always in there deep.
See, man,
she bring them up.
And y'all was just talking about men dressing up as women.
Oh shit!
Don't y'all know what a stallion is? A stallion is a male horse, bro.
Well, goddamn it, Megan Stallion. We don't
Hey, Fam, I never
leave
thought
it to
about
this.
that.
Y'all just talking about this shit.
Fam, I never thought about that.
Fuck you.
So what you trying to say about Meg the
I'm
Stallion?
just saying, hey.
Check her motherfucking Adam's
Shit.
apple.
So you telling me it's been a hot boy somehow?
Hey,
Oh,
it might
goddamn.
have been,
Somebody go check some credentials.
but she still gets the opportunity to enjoy herself.
Absolutely.
Is she a nigga bitch?
I don't know.
I don't know, bro. Nah,
That's the title. Nah, yeah. I think
I don't think
Megan
so.
an
I don't.
all-woman.
And you know, dudes,
She just didn't know better.
and dudes always say like to say a chick is built like a stallion, but a stallion is a male horse, bro.
Never thought about that. Fam.
Imagine you said, man, she built like a nigga.
Look, nigga, look at her shoulders.
Well, when nigga came out, his name was Phil the Philly.
She's got Ray Lewis.
Man.
yeah, man. Like,
Oh my god.
I ain't gonna
I
lie.
was just saying.
So, again, thank you for coming up and pulling up on us,
Thank
man.
y'all for inviting me, man.
That boy gonna get us pulled off of some goddamn platforms.
Oh yeah, we gonna.
But we gonna ride with him, you know what I'm saying?
hey, so if I pull up at one of your parties, be like, hey man, you need to take a cigarette break, scoot over right quick. Let me spend for 6 minutes.
got it.
I'm fucking with you.
I'm gonna let you fuck up. Just so I can show how
I ain't gonna fuck up, but
I'm gonna. Here we go. Yeah, I'm back. I went to the bathroom.
You
Y'all,
gonna turn the BPM all the way down.
He gonna sabotage
We
you.
gonna start at 70 BPM. We
I'm
gonna
gonna
go
cut.
from 96 to 70.
I'm gonna cut it up. I'm gonna BPM match them same songs for you. Be like, here you go.
He gonna
This is the next
sabotage you.
I'm gonna
God
set
damn.
He
you
gonna set
up
me
for
up for failure.
success.
He
But it's
gonna
gonna be
set me up
so
for
much
failure.
success you gonna fail.
It's gonna be so
You gonna
much.
be like, this can't be right. This song don't match this one.
Hey.
Jill Scott and Travis Scott.
So you gonna mix the crate up on me?
They cousins. You can't do this.
He gonna have me going from trap to neo soul.
Trap soul. Trap soul. Bryson
let go.
Tiller. Come on, let's go.
Hey, what time?
doubt,
Hey, what
no
time you
doubt,
spending
no doubt.
tomorrow? What time I need to walk through?
Pull up when you want to.
That nigga was like, you wanna come in with the
Hey,
I'm with the DJ.
Hey, hey, I'm about to DJ.
DJ up there working.
Come about the DJ booth.
DJ can't get you in when we work.
Hey, do me a favor. Bring
get you in the
Pud
motherfucker.
out. Bring DJ Pud out. Bring him out.
Hey,
Where
DJ
he
he don't want none of that level. He know he don't want that level.
I'm gonna call him tomorrow.
He don't want it. He don't want it. He had Lily's
But
first.
Oh, I know.
like, I ain't gonna lie.
I did Lily's one night. I mean, it was dope.
You know, this Labor Day weekend
So you
coming
coming to
up.
spin with me? Then come on.
Nigga, that time, nigga.
He gonna play Dun
You
Dun.
turntables on you. Nah, I ain't playing boost me.
You want wax or you
It
want
depends on what
electronic?
kind of.
I'm all over.
I want electronic. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Come on.
I'm on DDJ SR2.
Hey,
I'm on.
real
Yeah,
talk.
all day, come
Well,
with
God
it.
damn it, I'm fucking with
Let's
you.
go.
I'm on DDJ.
Real talk. We just need him to. He need to pull up with his food truck when you spin it. That's all.
This nigga said food. He trying to put me away. He trying to have me smell like grease.
No,
trying
nigga,
to
we
spend
been
food
telling
right.
your ass you need to have a
Man,
food
you got
truck.
good food. What the
Hey, nigga,
hell?
you know that's my ultimate
We
goal.
been telling this nigga.
You
That's
know I
what
love the
he
DJ.
said,
I've been DJ for a long time. I love the DJ too, but
That's
food,
what he
that's my
said,
ultimate
nigga.
goal.
You can DJ while you
That's
frying
my
some
ultimate.
fish.
Yeah,
I
man,
feel
bullshit.
DJ full of shit.
You need seven.
full of fish.
You need 7 streams of income to be a millionaire. They say.
Amen. But you got to work on one at a time.
Man, you got.
You can't work on both.
You ain't no octopus.
You can't work on both.
No, yeah, you gotta focus.
sure-
I learned that shit the hard way. You
sure
can't. You ain't no
right.
octopus. Finish one, do the next, keep going.
You right.
Absolutely.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. We live up to our name in the show. You know, Unspokn Konversation. For real, for real. We talk some shit.
He didn't give a fuck.
I got a question. I was at Sam's last week, and I had on the T-shirt, and a nigga looked at me so fucking mad, like I looked at my shirt, I was like, "What the fuck?"
An Unspoken T-shirt.
Yes, I had the T-shirt on, the black one. And he just
got
kept
beef.
looking at me like he wanted
Damn,
to
we got
fight
niggas
me.
who want
Like,
smoke.
I was about to
He was
swallow
like,
They
him.
gonna try to Charlemagne me.
I was trying to, so I meant to ask him,
wanna
like, did y'all offend somebody out here?
I don't think so. I mean, we probably. Hey, I know I done offended some
The
motherfuckers.
Sam's in Little Mexico off of Northwest Highway, like.
Oh.
Hey, nigga, you sure you ain't
And it
fuck
was a
somebody
dude.
chick in the
Hey, I
goddamn
probably done
shirt?
offended some motherfuckers with my words. You know, I don't give a fuck. But
Yeah,
I don't think I have. I don't think
asking about that.
I don't think we have any.
Some came across my timeline.
We controversial.
I thought about you this morning.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
I was lying, but I was like, God damn, Donnie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That nigga said my government.
You know what?
It must be bad.
Hey,
said my government name.
All I'm saying, y'all niggas roll up on me, bro. Y'all better knock my ass out.
No, I tell you that nigga, you roll up on me, I don't fight no more. I got 12 reasons.
On my right
behind my back. And I do not send warning
Pop the
shots.
trunk, nigga.
I do not fire warning shots because bullets is $20 a box. So the first one gonna burn. Know that. And it's DJ D-Boy telling you this.
All right, Spotty, you think it's time to go?
Nah, man, but yeah, so
whole time.
all we gonna say before we go out of here, man, you hearing this on Labor Day, actually, man, we hope your weekend is safe. We hope your Monday is great. And we hope you get you a plate, motherfucker. So we
Kroger got steaks on sale.
This your boy Antoine the Source.
DJ D-Boy fresh to charming ass old.
Man, this knowledge, man. Keep achieving, man.
Boy, Flair, man.
Hey, Shell Shock's in the building today.
We going out, man. You know, I wanted to play and show a little love to my boy, my little bro, man, Latrell. You know, I ain't gonna lie, Trails, man.
What's his rap name?
I don't even know, man, because he one of them niggas I'm the one to release his music.
This is the song we about to go out on?
Yeah, we about to go out on this because he played this
This
shit
one that
for
told
me.
you that you ain't on the
DJs
new
break
shit.
records. This is how it happens. This is where you get made.
Hey, man, we
really
gonna go out with it.
That's where all the new strip clubs where all the new music play. Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love.
Already.